Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. We have breaking news in the NFL. The Kansas City Chiefs are sending cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Los Angeles Rams for the number 29 pick in this year's draft. They'll also get a 5th round and a 6th rounder in this year and a 3rd rounder in 2027. It's the next must-win game for the Ohio State basketball team as they travel to Happy Valley to face Penn State at 7:30 this evening. In the latest bracketology, Joe Lunardi has the Buckeyes an 11 seed in the East, playing Santa Clara in the first 4. Brandon Beam in the fan warm-up show comes your way at 6:30 this evening. The Big Ten women's basketball tournament gets underway this afternoon in Indianapolis. The Lady Bucks with a first-round bye as the 5 seed. They'll play the winner of Wisconsin and Illinois tomorrow night at 6:30. This one brought to you by Eco Plumbers. Get $500 in free repairs when you buy a new water heater. Visit geteco.com and book today.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, here we go. Back at it again on a big Wednesday. Rothman and Ice, Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, and that man behind the glass is the loose cannon. Good to see you, fellas.
What up, what up? Good to see you, too.
A couple things that I need to know.
Okay, talk to me.
I don't need to know that much, but there are a couple things I feel I need to know.
Yeah.
One, I need to know whether Zach Werenski is going to be playing, like this week.
He's
right?
a little ill
Thursday
right now.
against Florida.
He's a little under the weather right now.
I feel like that maybe even some people at the Jackets probably don't even know how he's truly feeling.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure, because today is Hockey and Hounds.
Yes, it is.
And we haven't had Zion, our guy, since he left for the Olympics.
Came back with gold.
And I remember him saying to both of us, you know, I asked him if he'd ever seen Miracle, the movie, because the documentary is pretty damn good that aired before the Olympics. And I remember him saying to us that he told his wife, like, we have to watch Miracle. And that was before the Olympics. And so they watched it. And then I said, have you introduced her to Slapshot? And he's like, no, that's a bridge too far right now. We're not going to Slapshot. And then we talked about Canada and playing them, and this would be the Super Bowl for us in Olympic hockey, and it would transcend, bring the casual. And I remember him saying to us that day, well, we may not even play Canada, which is true. Mm-hmm. They may not have gotten there. And both teams had to win overtime games. Canada have to come back. We had to avoid that pothole with Sweden. Like, it was
had to grind a little bit.
And we get there, and then we get what we got. And so I feel like if he can't play Thursday, he could still talk. And so I'm feeling like we have to carry the torch now.
Okay.
Like, he's passed the Olympic torch to us. And if we get him on today at 2:30, hopefully he's feeling better. And then hopefully he'll give us the scoop on when he could be back. And I don't think I'm going to tell him, maybe he already knows, that this team has a pretty good record without him.
I saw that floating around. Before you get to that, remind me to ask him.
It hasn't been easy.
It hasn't been easy, but I remind me to ask him, what is the plan for the gold medal moving forward?
I
always think about that.
I think it's currently around his dog's neck, probably.
What do you do with that? I think you got to rock that thing every once in a while. Maybe just around the house.
This isn't a flavor.
No. That's what I'm saying. Just around the crib, you got to throw on that gold piece every once in a while. Remind yourself of what the heck I did. It's like the guys that win the Masters. When you get that green jacket, you slip that thing on every once in a while. You know, that honey mustard Hall of Fame NFL jacket, do you throw that on every once in a while when it's not at an outing or anything? Like, I'm always curious what these guys do. So I want to ask him, what is the plan for the gold medal? Is this, you putting this in the man cave and you just looking at it? You know, like, I got to pick his brain on that.
Safety deposit box.
Yeah, I got to pick his brain on that.
Yeah. The thing that I believe that I know, and I'm glad you took us to a little bit of the Masters, is that I think if you win the Masters, you get to keep that jacket for a year. And then I think it goes back to the club. And then when you're there, when you go back, then you can slip into it.
That's weak.
Really?
That's weak.
I don't know.
You don't get to keep it?
That's weak.
Well, you get a trophy. You get a nice...
No, but that we identify the Masters with the green jacket.
So sport it around for a year, then have them take care of...
That's not weird.
I'll try to confirm it. But here's the second thing I need.
With your sources in Augusta.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
The fact that he's always like, I don't know whether he's my lawyer or my prosecutor. I can't tell yet, Matty.
Goes back
Like,
just
when I
every
go in the
minute.
courtroom every day at noon here, when I go into the courtroom and I'm sitting on this side,
Yeah.
I can't tell whether he's oscillating back and forth from
here's the thing.
defending me to prosecuting
I
me.
think you got to take those type of comments as a compliment because what that's rooted in is he knows you're connected.
I'm gonna find
He
this
knows
out.
you're
I'm gonna
Anthony
get this
bleeping
answer
Rothman,
before the
okay?
damn show's over.
So you know some people that know some people.
Listen, I interviewed Jack Nicklaus and his boxers. Things can get done here. All right. And by the way, he's got 6 of them. So you think he'd be able to at least keep one.
See, I don't like that by Augusta. I mean, it's.
I don't know
Let's
if
make
it's
a
a
whole
fact.
bunch
Don't-
of these.
Yeah,
Okay.
Those guys are not in his league.
exactly. Now, the second thing I need to know is this. I heard my boy Bo Bishop slyly slip in today
Okay.
when they were talking about their dream courses.
Yeah.
Someone had emailed them in, where are your dream courses? Bo named some very good ones. The bucket list courses, the ones that are public, the ones that are private that you can never get on. And they all came up with Augusta, clearly, because it's the fairy tale. That's the one. You walk in there, Alice in Wonderland, you can't even believe it. And there may be courses that are even tougher to get on. One, either Pine Valley or Cypress. Like those 3 would be the ones that you could never get on unless you knew a member.
Where
and
are
even
those?
then,
Where are those?
Pine
located?
Valley's in New Jersey. Cypress is out in California.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
and you know where Augusta is. So, but he slyly threw in today to Baker when Baker said it's unattainable unless you luck into having a family member or somebody very close that's a member. And Bo's like, oh, don't worry. Don't be so fast.
Don't speak for me.
Yeah, exactly. And he just slyly slipped this in today. Like maybe he has a connection and maybe one day he's soon.
Okay.
So those are the 2 things I have to know. Is this just something
Why
he
don't you
did for effect?
Shoot him a text. He'll
I'm
hit you
going.
back.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You slide down there in April.
I'm telling you right now, if that happens, I would be incredibly jealous and happy.
He's also another man that knows some people that knows some
Yeah,
people.
that's
so,
right.
you know,
Matt-
that's definitely in play for him.
Matt Barnes, our friend Matt Barnes, Channel 4, who worked at Augusta or worked in the Augusta market, he won the lottery one year.
Mm-hmm.
And every year, a tradition unlike any other, he tweets a picture of himself on the Hogan Bridge to me.
Trolls you.
Yes.
Yeah, every year.
And
I'm
I
here
always
for
write
it.
back, I don't see a putter. I don't see a bag of clubs. Like, where are they? Oh, the caddy has those.
He's on the hollow
Yeah.
grounds, man. That's all
But
that
he's-
matters. Shout out to Matt Barnes.
Yeah, I've been on the hollowed grounds. I just haven't been inside the ropes.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you've already scratched.
All right. So anyway, that was thrown out there today.
Yeah.
Jackets got a nice win last night. That was, I'll tell you, this team. I mean, I did some very poor math this morning to get them to 94 points, which I believe that's, and I think that very much can happen.
Were
Whether
they
that
3
can,
back of Boston still right now in the wild card race. Do I have that right? Let me check.
check
Think
that, but I have them at. I need 24 points out of them.
Okay,
in
Boston-
20 games. I think that's very doable.
Boston is at 73. We are at 70 right now for that second wild card spot.
And if we were in the West, we'd probably be 3rd in the Pacific, and we'd probably already be the number 1 wild card, is my guess.
Yeah, because Anaheim and Edmonton, I'm sorry, Utah and Seattle are at 68 points and 67
Yeah,
points.
there
So
you
you're
go.
correct.
That was a team that, again, was in a spot where we had to see something in the 3rd period. And what we saw were things that we've seen before, which is very good penalty kill and turning that kill into a shorty for Monty again. And it changed the whole game. It was early 3rd. They were down. But it's what happens before that that I always like to point out. Jet makes a great kick save, and Goodbranson bullies Stamkos, and he gets it to Monty, and the rest is history, and you get another shorty, and he shoots in traffic, which is showing a lot of awareness. There's a screen coming in front of the goalie, a couple bodies there, let's shoot the puck, and it pinballs in. And then Sivo hits the game winner, but it's Charlie Coyle who makes sure that he seals off the goalie enough and makes sure he doesn't have goalie interference, but he sets just enough of a seal there and then peels off. And then certainly we get a goal there, and he had to make sure there was no interference. And then Charlie Coyle blocks a puck at the end when Nashville had emptied their net. I say all that to say that those things that they're doing now that help them in the third period, they probably weren't doing enough of early on. And there's a lot of luck involved. I get that. And Fantilli's on one now. I think he's either got 4-4 or 5-4. I can't even. Yeah, he is.
Absolute heater.
And so I do believe this team they're not allowed to think this way, but I can. I need 24 points in 20 games.
Okay.
That's not that much to ask for, I don't think. I think it's doable is what I mean. It's a lot to ask for, but it's because this is the NHL. But I think it's very doable. And they have answered now the Olympic break blues, which they had a little bit coming out of. And now they have fought with no Z for a couple games and won both those games. And it's not like, listen, the Rangers are not a good offensive team. I was actually surprised that happened in the third at their place. But the fact that they bounced back twice without Z and answered their 2 losses, even though they got a point against the Islanders. And here we are with 3 more home games coming up.
Gotta love the vibes. You gotta love the vibes. Another thing I've really enjoyed here recently is out of the gate, they're not messing around. They're getting on teams early. I think we're looking at 5-6 games in a row where they're on the board first. So that's tremendous there. You mentioned Fantilli, the guy that we drafted to be an absolute star in the future. He is on one right now, as you mentioned, with 4 straight games of at least 1 goal. And then Charlie Coyle, that all-season signing. You bring in a vet, and he is well-rounded right now with what he's doing with racking up, it looks like 7 points over his last 6 games. He's top 3 on the team in points as well. And so you get another game in a row here with a shorty goal right now. And so, look, they're playing with some confidence, knocked off some of that rust that you alluded to. And then the record that was floating around was they're 5-1 without Z this year. And when one of your top guys goes down, you just never know what that looks like. So the guys have responded well without one of the leaders.
All right, we're going to come back. We'll take a quick break. We're going to shift Schefter to 1:30. A lot of trade talk going on. You've heard about the stuff with Kansas City and the Rams, so we're going to move him to 1:30. When we come back, we're going to stay with the NFL and the Combine and one of our own in Carnell Tate and a little bit of Revenge of the Nerds when it comes to his 40 time. We'll tell you all about that next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Dr. Mark Levy can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring. Sleep better. Live better.
Ohio Credit Union Business Banking is there whether you need a loan to grow your operations or cash flow solutions to keep things moving forward. Real talk about what matters to your business. Visit telohio.org/business.
Certain restrictions apply. Telhio is open to all in Central and Southwestern Ohio. Federally insured by NCUA.
Are you ready to transform your future and become a confident leader? Look no further than the Ohio State University Army ROTC program. For over a century, they've been developing future Buckeye leaders, shaping careers that change lives. Enroll now and seize the opportunity to apply for their life-changing scholarships. Whether you dream of serving your country or pursuing a successful career, the Ohio State University Army ROTC is here to support you every step of the way. Don't miss out. Visit arotc.osu.edu today to learn more and take the first step towards an extraordinary future.
Disasters strike, fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. Direct Relief delivers. No politics, no red tape. Direct Relief is a lifeline to people in crisis. So check them out at directrelief.org. And if you can, donate.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions. And yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $160 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $160 more. See store for details.
Hey, it's T-Bone again. Listen up. Sleep apnea doesn't have to rule your nights. Dr. Mark Levy's been treating snoring and sleep apnea for over 15 years with proven results. And now he has an office in Marysville. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or give us a call and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Hi, it's Common Man.
And T-Bone.
Hey, Pizza Madness is here.
Yeah, the brackets are live now at pizzamadness.pizza.
Vote for your favorite pizza place and then be very angry when it does not win.
Brought to you by Billiards Plus.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies with chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms reappearing as we go into the later part of the day. Temperatures will get into the upper 50s, and then for tonight, rain and storm chances linger overnight with our lows in the 50s. For Thursday, rain and storm chances early, and we could even see a few thunderstorms in the forecast. It'll be warm and breezy with highs in the mid to upper 60s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan. Want to jinx your favorite sports team?
Please get out of my Van Halen t-shirt before you jinx the band and they break up.
Just ask Maddie to print your shirts. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, first of all, to be clear, I would never, if you're a member at Augusta, you don't talk about being a member at Augusta. First rule of Fight Club. You do not talk about being a member at Augusta. And the people that would be lucky enough to go as a guest would never say, oh, so-and-so is going to take me.
Yeah, it's my dog.
It's not how it happens.
It's my guy.
It's
right
a
here.
speakeasy thing. You're in and you're out, and that's it. And you don't flaunt it. You don't talk about it. And that's the deal. So I would never, even if I did know, which I think I do know, I would never say it because I don't want to ruin his chance.
Right, of course.
That would never happen. I would never do that to him. And if it does, if Bo was able to get on there, then I would.
Can I come? Well, that's what you're thinking.
Okay, well.
Oh, man.
I just got a text back from him, and all right, so I don't even know. He's not releasing any source, but
okay.
There's a chance that he would have access to some very high-end elite private courses. And if there is talk about going to Augusta, I'm sure he could get in that little, how should I say, raffle of some kind. Or I remember the first year, maybe in the late 90s, they had a media day at Muirfield Village. And most of the media outlets in this town are lucky enough to get 2 representatives. That you're not sending 5 from a station. And I remember that we had three sports guys at Channel 6 at the time. It was me, my boy Clay Hall, and Vince Kelly.
Not your boy, huh?
No, but he wasn't there that long, is what I mean. Clay and I worked together for a decade and a half. So, and yes, he is. I visited him in West Palm. Okay.
You don't have to clean it up,
anyway,
man. I'm just needling.
So, and our GM at the time, Sam Stallworth, God rest his soul, was a member there. Yeah. And he was the GM of our station, and he lived off number 8 at the Village. And he brought us all into his office and said, all right, there's two, it's a very dark night.
The Joker say.
Yeah.
Yeah, pool stick, break it in half.
He didn't want us to kill each other. But he said, there's a putter, there's a ball, there's a cup.
I love this.
Two of the three of you are going.
It's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
And I want to say
tryouts.
Yes.
That's what you had to deal with.
And I'd have to ask Clay. I believe I was one of them, but I don't remember who the other one was because I blacked out after.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So I noticed this. Go ahead, Matty. What were you going to say?
I think pecan pie round 2 is happening over there for the kid over there.
Did you put it in the microwave for 30 seconds?
I sure did. And then it wasn't enough, so I put it in for 15 more.
And he ripped me yesterday for telling me 30 was way too much.
I said it sounded like too much.
Did it come fresh out of the fridge? It was cold? Is that why you could do 45?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I put it in the microwave. 30 was all right. I want a little bit more.
That's right.
So I put an extra 15 on it. Then it was too hot, so I just let it sit for a minute or two.
Okay.
Now we're fine.
Okay.
So
I'm waiting for the AR. You were right.
AR, you were right.
I needed at least 30.
AR, you were right. I needed at least 30.
And that's a tiny little microwave. We didn't think that power was going to give you that science oven that we
watts?
have. Yeah. 1.21 gigawatts.
Randy Watts.
Randy. All right, so I saw this.
That's on his movie list. Put that on there. Coming to America.
Yeah, I probably need to see that.
Yeah, Coming to America.
So I saw this on Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter.
And it made me laugh. And originally I didn't see anything really wrong with this because we do deal in the granular stuff when it comes to the combine. So Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk and our boy Adam Schefter, Shefty had tweeted, let me make sure I get this all good for everybody so we know exactly what was said and what wasn't, was about Carnell Tate's 40 time. And as I bring up the story on the fly here, because I thought I remembered the exact times, but I want to make sure. All right. So Schefter was called out, I guess, as Mike Florio maybe was intimating that he tried to spin that Carnell Tate's, for the most part, underwhelming time for some people, that he tried to spin it more positively, that he had talked to a lot of GMs and scouts who hand-timed his 40 and thought it might be faster than the laser time, that was recorded. So Tate had, according to the laser, was the 27th ranked wide receiver in the 40. He posted an official time with the laser of 4.53. So they were saying that if you weren't going to be fast in the 40, you better do the other drills, and he didn't. And who knows what impact this will have, if any. He was widely viewed as a first-round pick before he ran it, and a top pick, a top 10 pick perhaps. So he will have the incentive now at his pro day to be fast and to do the things they want him to do. Here's Schefter's tweet. Ohio State wide receiver Carnell Tate, a potential top 10 pick, was timed by several NFL execs and GMs on Saturday with a 40 time in range of 4.45 to 4.47. And although the combine registers official times, teams always conduct their own timing, and those measurements, with some, were lower than its clocked 4.52. So Florio picked that up, and it was like, why is this necessary? The official time is the official time. We don't need you to tell us that there are human beings that maybe clocked him faster. Meaning if we're going to take anything, the tiebreaker should be the laser and the official time. So they were going back and forth. So, Maddie, what was Schefter's retort?
So there was a story that dropped today via Pro Football Talk at 10:14 a.m. And before you click the link, it's, the description is a curious question emerges about wide receiver Carnell Tate's official scouting combine 40-yard dash time of 4.52 seconds. And Shefty comes off the top rope right under this tweet and labels it just to prove you're wrong again. And so we've got screenshots from what I'm assuming is Shefty going back and forth with either GMs or scouts that were at the combine while Carnell Tate was running his 40. And the question from Shefty to, we don't know who, but the question is, what time do you have for Tate? And someone responded 4:47. There's the same question to somebody else. What time do you have for Tate? We and everyone around us had mid to high 4.4. Combine Electric had him at 4.53. One more says, obviously the same question. What time did you have for Tate? Someone responded 4.45/4.46. So Shefty's pulling out the receipts on Florio right now. He's not messing around. He's saying this information that you're trying to throw out there, or at least make me look bad or whatever this is, Shefty's backing it up with, again, either GMs or scouts throwing out their information on what they had on Carnell Tate's 40 times. I'm here for the mess. I'm here for the pettiness.
What's weird is that, all right, can I see some way of both sides with Florio saying, hey, are you doing this for every guy? Are you going to every NFL scout, every GM and saying, hey, his time was better? And are you only reporting it if it is better? What if his time was worse, hand-timed, than the laser? You're not reporting that.
I don't think Shefty's doing this unless, right, that Florio, if he's not calling him out. I think that's why Shefty's doing this. He's cleaning up the initial stuff, right? Like, that's the only way I'm reading this, is that Shefty feels like, I don't know, he wouldn't have any reason to just personally want to back Carnell Tate.
Well, here's the other thing. Most scouts or GMs would actually want the time to be worse, not better.
What, so they can slide to him?
Of course. If anything, you want it to be worse. Now, you want it to be accurate. Like, you want to know exactly what it is.
I don't think the difference between a 4.5 or a 4.4 is going to make him slide very far. I think to your point about him running that pro day, he'll probably want to do that and clean that up. I think a lot of the combine stuff can be overblown when we look at the numbers and all that. I think if you're really a GM or a scout, you're going with the eye in the sky. What you're seeing this guy do in live game action, I don't think it's the end of the world if he ran a 4.5. I also don't think if he ran a 4.45 that's going to elevate him higher to where people already have him evaluated in their minds.
I'll ask him about it at 1:30, and Florio's obviously feeling like it was unnecessary to tell us the human times versus the laser.
Shefty with the just to prove you're wrong again.
That's what I can't wait to find out. What is going on between these two?
Man. This is great.
Yeah.
This is good.
All right, we're going to come back in 2 minutes. And Ryan Day on his selection of Arthur Smith and the impact he believes it can make following up Brian Hartline. That's next. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
The savings are so good at Great Lakes. But have you seen our inventory? With over 1,000 new Hyundais to choose from, there's no need to settle at glakeshyundai.com. Find a new Palisade with the exact options you need, or a new Tucson in that color you have been seeing around town. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings and selection are so good.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Right now, save big on USDA Choice Bone and Ribeye Steaks. They're only $9.99 a pound in the value pack with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Did winter leave you with a roof leak just as spring approaches? Don't stress. The team at Newman Roofing has you covered. Voted Columbus's best roofing company 4 years in a row. Schedule your estimate by calling 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Anthony used to ski in his jeans? Are you serious?
No, he's not from New Jersey.
Back to Rothman and Ice.
Oh, the fun of the combine. Listen, Carnell's 6'2", and he's got great tape. So I don't believe any, like you say, this isn't a guy, whether it's 100th or whatever this is going to be. We'll see whether he runs really fast at Pro Day and whether that ends that. Because he can track a football at top speed like nobody else right now. Maybe there's some guys that are very good, but his agility and body control, and I said it all season long, if his name was Jeremiah Smith, he would have been up for the Heisman. He didn't have the brand that Jeremiah had, but he had the catches. He had the circus catches. He had the great touchdowns. And my point is, can you imagine if those same balls, the same exact catch, was being made by a guy in a jersey that had number 4 on it?
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I mean, Jeremiah had obviously a really good year with the yards and all that, but as far as big playmaking ability, Carnell showed that he was that guy. And to me, that's what translates, right? Like you seeing that in him running by defenders and high pointing footballs when there's a defender even close to him. Like he's going to be a dude in the league, and Ohio State has proven to NFL franchises now that you come shopping at the store here in Columbus and you go down the aisle that's labeled wide receivers, you're probably going to be leaving with something that you're going to like. And so whether it's Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, JSN, all these guys that have been balling at a high level from Columbus, they're going to have the same confidence that they're going to get that from Carnell Tate. And so the combine is always a fun thing to talk about. But again, sometimes I just think the narratives coming out about certain guys, whether it's positive or negative, could be too high of heights or maybe too low of lows. And you just got to go back to what these guys do in pads on Saturday. That's what's most important.
So we'll stay with the Buckeyes here, and we know that Ryan Day likes to go to the NFL and find his guys. And he's done that with Arthur Smith, who was the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons between his OC stints with the Titans and the Steelers. So when you bring more than 10 years of NFL coaching experience to the table, that's going to open up some eyes. And like people who judged Matt Patricia on his head coaching record when he was hired at Ohio State, I think they were kind of missing the big picture, which is his expertise.
Yeah.
He was hired to run the defense. That's what he does. And so Ryan's going to lean on Arthur's experience, and the impact of it will be interesting. You and I have debated this because he likes the run-first, physical, play-action offense that TLC has grown to love so much and loathe occasionally. And so he could lean on a lot of that and likes the tight end use and the play action and all that. And as long as, let's go with our results-based equation here, as long as it ends up in the end zone, you don't care how he gets there. I don't. And I know we're a highlight-driven society, but I think there's this narrative of that when you have a Heisman candidate quarterback, you want to see him slinging around. When you have maybe the best receiver in the game, you want him to get his chances. And Ryan Day's talked about feeding Jeremiah Smith and making sure he gets double-digit touches and finding a way to get your best guy the ball. And Ryan Day was on Jim Rome's show just the other day, and he was asked about the impact, and here's the answer.
Well, as time has gone on and things change in college football, I just feel like more and more it's important to have guys in those coordinator positions that have a tremendous amount of experience. And so, when Brian moved on to South Florida, wanted to go bring in somebody with great experience and, first look to see, who are guys that have done that at the college level and then who has done that at the NFL level. And then, to have somebody with his resume who's actually been a head coach in the NFL and look what he's done at Tennessee and then sit down and talk to the people that have worked with him and then had a chance myself to sit down and talk with him. It was excellent. He's a great communicator, very intelligent, and really loves the game of college football. When you hear his story about growing up and how much time he spent around college football, you could just see it in his eyes. And he's had a great first month here with our players. He's enjoyed the challenge. I think it's been great to him. It's almost been refreshing to be around some of these young players. I know he's excited about some of the talent he has. And I wanted to make sure that we had somebody in here that not only had experience, calling it in big games, but somebody that could be the head coach of the offense, which will allow me, an opportunity to take a different perspective this season. Certainly it was great to have Matt on defense, and Brian did a great job as well. But I think this year will allow me to even, step back even more and try to do as much as I can from, the head coaching seat.
He likes to do that, and I think it helps him a lot manage the football game better, and he obviously trusts Arthur Smith, and we're going to see. And I think this is one of those where I'm not asking people to throw a parade. I'm not asking people to be harsh on it. I'm asking people to let it play out and see what he has here and what he can do. If you go back to his time with the Titans and my boy Tannehill, and he had your boy Henry, and he had A.J. Brown, like they were cooking pretty good. Now, it's the NFL. I'm not trying to relate it perfectly, but Ohio State has NFL talent, and he's going to utilize it. And if he doesn't, it's going to be his mistake. Like, why would he handcuff himself? I think where a Buckeye fan is probably, like I said earlier, if this is a guy who's spent his whole career building the run first, that's okay. But you have the offensive line that can do it. Can you have because honestly, I'm not putting this all on him anyway. He wants to control the line of scrimmage. Ohio State didn't do that last year. Like, he's not going to go out there and block. He can go out there and scheme it up and utilize play action because he can. But to utilize play action, you got to be able to run the football. And he knows that.
Yeah, no doubt. He's no dummy. He's going to come in here and look at the weapons that he has. And, I think like any smart coach, you're going to cater your offense and funnel a lot of the touches to the guys that are going to be big-time playmakers for you. Obviously, that's going to be Jeremiah. Obviously, that's going to be the arm and accuracy of Julian Sam, but also what Bo Jackson put on tape last year as well is going to be, I think, a very encouraging thing for a play caller coming in to see that this guy can be an absolute baller. And look, he's only going to be in his second year, and his ability to take his game to a higher level is going to be exciting for all of us to see. I can understand the people that have a little hesitation to be all in with this right now, just based off what we saw in Pittsburgh and the pace of play and how slow that was in Pittsburgh. But I think part of that as well is the lack of weaponry that he had over there as well. And you do have an older quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. And so I'm in wait-and-see mode with this. I think when you just talk about the knowledge that a guy like him will have coming in to the collegiate ranks, that's the part that I think should be exciting, because you saw some of that play out on defense last year with Patricia, and his ability to come in at this level and put offenses in a bind and really have offenses struggle the way that they did with the knowledge that he has. And so I think you combine the two things of his experience as a head coach and a play caller in the NFL with the guys that are here that are already experienced, because Jeremiah is a vet, Julian now is a vet, and some of these guys that are coming back on the offensive line have played a nice amount of football as well. They should be able to carve out different paths week in and week out to success. The one question mark I have outside of what the play calling is going to look and feel like is who's going to step up as the pass catchers opposite of Jeremiah Smith, because there's a lot of production that left. We just got done talking about Carnell Tate. Between he and Max Clare, that's almost 100 footballs that they caught and over 1,300 yards that those guys had as well. So Chris Henry's going to be a big name that we talk about, but also early on in the season for me is let's see what Brandon Ennis can do now in his role now coming back as also another vet in the system as well. So he was a captain last year. He's coming back, I think, to prove that he can make even more noise. And so I think what would be ideal is, well, yes, Chris Henry right out of the gate being an absolute star, that'd be awesome. But if you could have the vet take some pressure off him opposite Jeremiah, I think that is what would be a great sign for this offense and what they can be down the road.
And what would help all of them is a running game.
No question.
Right? Because now you have
a balance.
Teams, yes. And you have teams that have to respect it. And that's how you burn them with play action. And the last time I checked, Julian Sain can hit an open receiver.
All day.
That's there. But I'm with you on that. Chris Henry Jr. could take this to another level. If he's the 5-star gifted dude, then he's the guy. But you're right. Ennis in the slot and the others trying to become household names. We talk about it being wide receiver U. It can't start and end with Jeremiah Smith. Yeah. And these other guys are going to have to show themselves, because the other part that you're going to know is going to happen is teams are going to do their best to make sure Jeremiah Smith doesn't beat them. It's his job to make sure he can beat them, but that's going to be a big part of it. All right, so there's a Ryan Day on the record about Arthur Smith and that hiring. All right, when we come back, I believe we're going to dive into the potential of this Buckeye basketball team. And we have our own analytics expert that's going to come in and tell us when, where, and how this Ohio State team will be playing in the future. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts.
Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan.
Ohio sports destination.
2 years ago, Bobby Carpenter completed treatments for knee pain at QC Kinetics. So we're checking in with the former college and pro football player to see how he's doing.
I've been asked a lot, like, how long does this last? How long does it work? I go, I've had mine for a couple years, and everything feels very good. It feels just as good as it did when I started to turn the corner.
Bobby's an active husband, dad, and business owner. That's why 2 years ago, he heard about QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in regenerative treatments, and he knew he could trust them for his chronic knee pain.
And thankfully with QC Kinetics, I was able to go through this, and my activities are the same as it was. I'm able to coach my kids in sports. I can play golf. I can go run.
QC Kinetics patients like Bobby don't miss a beat. No surgery or rehab, just freedom from debilitating joint pain. Ready for lasting relief from joint pain? Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation and see if you're a good candidate.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
It's March. Send it in, big fella. That means the greatest sports weekend of the year is coming, and the best place to set the puppies and watch the tournament is at Hollywood Casino Columbus. I'm Scotty Vegas, and Thursday through Sunday opening weekend, kiss the kids goodbye and hang out from noon to 5 with the Fan at the Hollywood Casino Sportsbook. A Bill Raftery impersonation contest, free throw games, free shirts, and more. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-589-9966. Onions!
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 5.79% APR 5.81% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing. Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Morgan & Morgan isn't just an injury firm. It's our family's life work. It's my husband, it's my sons, it's me. When we take a case, we see a family just like ours. $30 billion recovered is something I'm proud of. But what I'm really proud of are the families we stood beside. It's an honor to fight for you when you need our support the most. Morgan & Morgan, for the people and your family.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that. App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone.
Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and 32-ounce Yingling drafts for only $4. Matty is a die-hard Reds fan.
I mean, where else is he gonna go?
You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, there was a little bit of show-on-show crime this week here where the boys from Bishop and Friends were talking about the potential seeding of the Ohio State men's basketball team at the Big Ten tournament and how that would impact shows that week. And ours is, the games aren't played before noon, so it starts then. And we've always said, the history of the station, that you either luck into it or you don't. Right?
It's that simple.
We had an old PD, I think, that when Ohio State played one of the years, maybe I had to do something. I don't know what I was doing.
Or two, yeah, maybe. Like that, come in.
That's right.
Yeah. And I don't even really want to put it on Bo and Reeser, what happened yesterday. This is one man and one man only. That was leading the charge. It was Ryan Baker. Yeah. Ryan Baker was the one that was throwing us under the bus yesterday, came in smiling, trying to dap us up today. And I said, I'm not dapping you up today, big dog. No, can't dap you up. Listen, you tried to hurt me and my boys. You try to make us do more work than we're supposed to be doing when we could have potentially a day off. And he's still rolling around thinking that we need to come in. And I said, are you going to come in with us? If that's the case. No, he's not even willing to do that. That's the sad part.
His idea on the surface wasn't awful.
See, now AR's losing me.
But
he's losing me. He's losing me.
His idea on the
siding
surface
with the ops right now.
Company man. All right, so look who sauntered down. The old CB, our old producer. And if you've noticed that you didn't get the clap track, you didn't get the applause for our normal guest.
I think that's for our normal guests. I think that's fine.
Once.
But real quick, we're talking about the ops here. You're talking about Bishop and Friends, correct?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about Ryan Baker specifically,
well,
not Bo and Reeser.
His show would be impacted by this scenario too, because they would only have a 2-hour show in that block. They would go from 9 to 11.
Okay.
All right, so of this 6-leg parlay that we need to have hit for us not to have a show, to knock us off the air from noon to 3, we got maybe the hardest part of the equation last night. I don't even know if Maddie knows this. UCLA beat Nebraska.
Yeah.
Okay, they hammered them.
Yep.
Yeah, you really, and I'm breaking it down based off of the final 2 games for every team involved, and one of them was being UCLA needs to win both of their games, which they got the hard one. They beat Nebraska. They have USC this weekend. But it really kind of depends on how Ohio State goes about this, whether they go 2-0 or 1-1. If they go 1-1, they're pretty much locked into either the 8 or 9 because Indiana can't catch them from the 10 seed spot. And then you would be going between them, Ohio State, and Iowa for the 8 or the 9 based on how Iowa finishes up, which they have a tough road. They host Michigan on Friday night, and then I believe on Sunday they go on the road to Nebraska. So you would venture to guess that they're going to lose at least one of those games, putting Ohio State in the situation to hop them if they go at least 2-0. They could go 1-1 and still hop them if they lost both. But the real tricky part of this is the Purdue angle of it that I wasn't thinking of beforehand, because Purdue is 2 games above Ohio State. They have 2 games remaining, but they would lose an eventual tiebreaker to Ohio State because of the head-to-head nature of it. And Wisconsin's also kind of in the mix. Also, they're 2 games above Ohio State, but they would win the tiebreaker against Ohio State. So, because Purdue and Wisconsin play each other in the final game of the regular season, you really want both Purdue and Wisconsin to win tonight against Purdue's at Northwestern and Wisconsin's hosting Maryland. If both of those 2 teams win, my guess is that you really can't get any further than 7th up the list.
We want Ohio State in the 8-9 game any way we can get.
Either or. I mean, I would say best case scenario for you is that they end up in the 9 because you get possibly 2 to 3 days of the noon window. If they're in the 8, the most you can get is the Thursday and the Friday.
I like the way you're talking.
So we want that 9 seed.
I like the way you're talking.
3 days off in a row.
So
I'm a little confused now.
There's a lot of different scenarios because they could be technically 5 different seeds. The least likely one is the 10 seed because they have a 2-game lead on Indiana, and they still have a head-to-head coming up.
If it started tonight, they'd be the 10?
If they started tonight and the rankings were what they are, they're the 9 seed right now.
Okay.
But there's, again, 2 big games. 2 really big games that affect this tonight are, like I said, Purdue's on the road at Northwestern, and Wisconsin hosts Maryland. 2 games that you would think those 2 teams you're worried about winning pretty easily.
Right. Who are we rooting for again?
Wisconsin and Purdue tonight, right?
Yeah, you would absolutely want to root for them because then you can't catch Wisconsin or Purdue in the standings.
Okay.
Boiler up.
So
go Bucky Badger.
If they were in the 8-9 game, they would start Thursday at noon?
So if they're in the 9 spot, they would play on Wednesday at noon.
Well, Wednesday.
If they're the 8 seed, they would play on Thursday, playing against the winner of the 9 versus whoever they match up
And
with.
is the CB, is this the year that they expanded to everybody?
Correct. Every single team is in it.
'Cause
For the
that's why I
men's
was
only.
Okay,
the
yes.
women's is the old style.
Yeah, so that's why I was confused, Maddie, because last year the 8-9 game would have been noon on Thursday, not Wednesday.
Correct.
Yeah.
But once it expanded it, now the 9th seed is waiting on their potential opponent.
now
for
you're
Wednesday.
talking. That I like.
So the top 4 are one section of buys. Then the next 4, so 5 through 8 would be the next round of buys. And so if you have the 9 seed, am I correct in saying that starts the next round? So that way the first 9 seed game would be a noon game. Then if they won, they would play the 8 seed. So that 8-9 game would be another noon game.
That's right.
Against a like opponent. And then you'd probably play the 1 seed the next day.
That's right. You'd feed into the one on Friday.
Not gonna be the 1 seed, but hey man, if they can get the 9 seed in 2 wins, can we get 3 noon games in a row?
That would be the case.
All right, that's what we're rooting for.
The dream of all
So in order to
Boiler up, Bucky Badger,
St. Patty's, the whole thing.
So in order to get the 9 seed, Ohio State in this scenario would go 2-0. They would beat Penn State and beat Indiana. Purdue and Wisconsin would at least have to go 1-1. And then you would need UCLA to win against USC and Iowa to go 2-0. So that Iowa would still have the tiebreaker.
Opponents.
Yeah, that one's not.
They would have to have the tiebreaker over Ohio
Although
State.
they're mad. I mean, they just lost to Penn State, so it's like they should be refocused.
But Nebraska's also mad because they just lost to UCLA, and Nebraska's one of their opponents.
What do you think of my theory that if Bruce was able to score 30 tonight, he won't? Because he wants to break the record at home.
Do you think like Diebler would pull him before the opportunity?
I'm saying he's got like 27 points. There's like 2 minutes left, and he could either launch and get it at Penn State or wait and get it in crowd-pleasing fashion against IU on Saturday.
I think it honestly depends on where they are in the game in terms of like how close the game is.
Of course, you're playing
because if
to
it's
win.
close, you're not risking the bubble.
I'm saying you got him. The game is over. He's got what does he need? 30 or 29?
I think it's 29.
29 to tie, 30 to pass.
That's right.
So my saying is he has 28.
I'm with you, AR.
He's not scoring a bucket there.
If he has 28 and they're winning big, I think Jake would pull him before he even had the opportunity to do that.
Okay, hey, before we go, sleeper that you think could make a deep run in the tournament this year. So not a Duke, not a Michigan, not an Arizona. Somebody that you think is built to make a deep run that's worth maybe a sprinkle when you look at some of the odds.
Do the Billikens have any hope?
I do like the Billikens. I'm a little afraid of if they face a team with a forward-centric roster, because that would be tough. I mean, Robbie Avila can handle it, but that's really their main focus. I actually like the other MAC team, not Miami of Ohio. I love Akron, and I think Akron's going to win the MAC tournament.
Okay.
I think that's a team, if they could get into an 8 or a 5-12 or 4-13, could really put a scare into somebody.
All right, there it is. Zip up.
Ohio State's making it, right?
I think so, because I think they're going to win these next 2 games.
I do too. Yeah. All right, CB. Our macro data refiner of all time.
Look at this sheet. I mean,
he went through every scenario.
It's double-sided.
I'll clap it up for you.
All right.
There we go.
Do you want to put a capsule on this, like a quick sum up? Like, so the immediate thing is root for Wisconsin and root for Purdue.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you would want to root for both Wisconsin and Purdue tonight. They lock those up. I don't think you definitely can't get the 6th seed at that point. It's only a 1% chance.
Rothman, do you know what CB's favorite drop on the show is?
His favorite drop on this show.
We know the Steelers going to try to come in and raw dog us.
Oh, yes, that's right. He has mentioned.
That was shocking to the core.
He wants more of that, he said.
When I first heard that, I was like, was that a mistake? Like, did he have the PC audio on and wasn't paying attention?
CB. I've nicknamed him the loose cannon for a reason.
That's true.
You never know when things are going to go off the rails. You want to give him a parting gift? Go ahead.
I already got rid of the drop. Which one? Here's Bill Burr. I think he was here for this drop.
And they're over here weighing football.
Yes, I was.
It was pretty good.
Recorded that.
A wellness check with Bill Burr. CB, well done, man. Keep us up to date.
Thank you, and best of luck to both or all 3 of you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let's go 9 seed.
Come on, man. Get that 9. Get that 9. 9 times. All right, we're going to come back top of the hour. And will a certain quarterback be coveted by these two NFL teams? We'll examine it next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers. Oh, that is very touching. But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan.
This is Gordon Miller from Miller Lending, the original home of the no closing cost mortgage. With interest rates at their lowest level in 4 years, what's stopping you from taking advantage? Maybe it's the thousands of dollars in closing cost? Well, what if I told you that those costs aren't required and that you decide whether to sacrifice $15,000 to $20,000 of equity at closing or zero? At Miller Lending, we're all about zero and have been offering no-cost loans since 1987. With no title closing or origination fees, imagine having the freedom to refinance any time a lower rate becomes available or a need arises. Even 0.5% lower in rate results in savings of over $100,000 over the life of your loan. So why wait? No-cost loans are real and here to stay. Simply call Miller Lending and see why thousands of satisfied clients have made that choice to say goodbye to closing costs forever. 877-9-NO-COST. That's 877-9-NO-COST. Or simply apply online at nocostmortgage.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS number 250-2146.
Want to start testosterone therapy? Don't settle for one-size-fits-all doses from your doctor or pay hundreds out of pocket at a TRT franchise. At Low T Center, you can get insurance-covered TRT customized to your body for maximum effectiveness and safety. Low T Center continues to lead the industry in TRT. And this month, enjoy a free men's T test and discounted peptides while supplies last. Head to lowtcenter.com and sign up for your free test today. That's lowtcenter.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Spring is right around the corner, and if you're like me, I bet you're excited for warmer weather. But as temperatures rise, make sure your energy bills don't. Keep those cooling costs low with Window Nation's high-quality, energy-efficient products. Simply request a consultation where the experts will visit your home, spot problem areas, and make recommendations. Then they'll install your customized windows in just a day. With Window Nation windows, your home will be shielded from outside hot air while you remain cool and comfortable inside throughout the spring and summer. Window Nation's going to have your house looking great, and you'll also have peace of mind. Did you know all of Window Nation's products are backed by a lifetime warranty? It's true. There's no better time than now to upgrade your home with Window Nation. In March, the more you buy, the more savings you can enjoy. Up to 50% off all window styles. Yeah, 50% off. Plus, Window Nation's got some great financing options, including $0 down and payments as little as $199 a month. Visit windownation.com for your free consultation today. That's windownation.com. Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If your garage floor has stains, cracks, or even the dreaded bad epoxy job, maybe one you tried to do yourself, maybe one you paid for and it didn't work out, it can make your entire garage look bad. Let's be honest about it. And maybe those botched garage floor coatings that you've had in the past have put you off of ever getting it fixed. Well, my friends, let me tell you, the people at Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings want you to know there is a fix out there. They can make your garage floor gleaming, glistening, look like a new car showroom. You call Comer & Cross at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, and they will come out with their pros, no subcontractors, and install a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor in just one day. Yeah, this floor is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or even show tire lift like epoxy or paint can. Never going to have that problem with Comer & Cross. Call them today, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. It's that easy. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or you go to comercross.com. That's C-O-M-E-R cross.com. Get a new garage floor with Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings today.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Hey, Columbus, big news. For a limited time, get Uber One free for a full year so you could save on food and rides. That's a $96 value on us. Just use code Columbus. Get 1 year of $0 delivery fees, 10% off eligible food and grocery orders, and up to 6% Uber One credits on rides. Sign up for this limited time offer today using code Columbus and save big with Uber One. Offer valid through 3/31/26. Savings and $0 delivery fee on eligible orders and rides only. Fees and terms apply. See app for details.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. Ohio State's journey to madness continues tonight as the Buckeyes travel to Happy Valley to face Penn State at 7:30. Coverage here on The Fan begins with Brandon Beam in the Fan warm-up show at 6:30. The Big Ten women's basketball tournament gets underway this afternoon in Indianapolis. The Lady Bucks, a first-round bye, as they're the 5 seed. They will play the winner of today's Wisconsin-Illinois matchup tomorrow night at 6:30. You'll be able to hear that on The Fan, too. The Cincinnati Reds, an exhibition game against Team Cuba in Goodyear at 3:05 this afternoon. You can hear that on The Fan's HD3. The Kansas City Chiefs have traded cornerback Trent McDuffie to the Los Angeles Rams for 4 draft picks, including number 29 in this year's draft. This one brought to you by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Anthony finally hit a hole-in-one.
It's in the hole.
So now what? Just bask in the glory?
And that's how she wrote.
You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
Second hour of the program. All right, we talked about the Browns and their quarterback situation, and I think the most interesting part to me was what we've done all week. It's what I said to Reeser before he left yesterday, and that's your owner, and I'm speaking to Browns fans now, your owner has already admitted we swung and missed. It was me. I swung and missed on Deshaun Watson. Now, not saying he couldn't go back on those words if Deshaun played well, but when I hear an owner saying I swung and missed, that tells me that I don't want him showcased. I don't want any more of him. I paid him enough. It didn't work out. And I don't want him playing a little bit okay, where then I have to decide whether I want to reinvest millions in him again. And so I know where you're going with this, which is you're speaking of it this way. If I'm trying to win a game today and he's the best guy and I'm the coach, I'm playing him.
I think that'll be Monken's mentality through the summer and through training camp. And I also think the Browns franchise is in no position to have a guy play well for them and then them be like, nah, we're good. You can go about your business. That's why all I'm saying is I think at the time it would be worth a discussion about, well, what would this look like if we wanted to run it back with him? Again, I'm with everybody. I think it's a small percentage chance that happens, but you can't look at a guy that's 30, 31 years old, and if you put some good stuff out there on tape, just say, yeah, we're going to send you on your way because of what happened in the past. It's about what can we do in the future, and I don't even know if the money would be that crazy, honestly. And so that's all. I'm with everybody that based off what he's shown you. Look, again, low bar as far as expectations for Deshaun Watson out there on the football field. The dude's coming off an Achilles in the same leg that he popped twice. And so he's got the steepest of climbs back to the top of the mountain. But they've been searching for anybody to be relevant for them week in and week out. I think they'd be foolish to just send him on his way and just be like, hey, you know what, Deshaun, now you can go play for somebody else after you played well for us.
All right, so we say, and I agree with you, but we say all that to say this. Are they in the quarterback market at all? Free agency. Because this is an off season where they really don't have anything settled, and they have a new coach. So he's not married to any of this. No. I'm sure he took the job with saying, like, how much power do I have here? Like, what am I going to be? I'm not going to just inherit Shedeur if I don't think he's the right guy. Now, we saw their little reunion, like, oh, I wanted you in Baltimore. And I'm like, all right, now put your money where your mouth is. Like, I want to see if Monken, how much he really, really wanted him. And I do believe that he feels that there is a little bit of a future there, and they may have caught a diamond in the rough where they got him, where they drafted him. Now they got to build around him. And I think most Browns fans do feel like they love his confidence. They do. Now, is he enough to be a franchise quarterback that'll lead them to the playoffs and beyond? It's tricky. I don't really feel...
He told you what it would look like if you had an off season. It's just 1 week.
I think he actually... I think, unlike Myles Garrett, Shedeur does want to go from Cleveland to Canton and probably thinks he is.
Maybe.
So the Browns are looking potentially... Now, the free agent class before today, was headlined by Malik Willis, Daniel Jones, and then the soon-to-be-released Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel Jones has now been tagged.
He's been transition tagged, which is the whole he can go get a deal if they don't want to match, that being the Colts, and they're going to end up with 2 first-round picks. We can ask Shefty about that. Some of that stuff can get complicated, but there was a tag placed on Daniel Jones for sure over there yesterday.
And so I don't believe that they're going to go crazy on this free agent class other than I find Kyler Murray interesting. I find him more interesting for my Vikings than I do for the Browns. I feel like Kyler Murray is so dynamic that if you give him a team that has the weapons the Vikings have, that he could actually do something pretty damn good there. I can't guarantee it. I just know what I've seen Kevin O'Connell do with other quarterbacks that may be lesser talented, what he did with Dobbs, what he's done with Darnold up until the playoff game, but now we saw what Darnold did. I feel like I'm in that camp. I think you brought up something interesting last week, which is that I'm probably not interested in paying Malik Willis $35 million on the faith that I think he's going to be a franchise quarterback. But the going rate for quarterbacks is now, with Kyler Murray, the beauty of him is that you could try him out and not get crazy with him because the Cardinals are going to pay him a lot of money.
Yep.
That's what they think of you, Kyler. They're paying you $35 million to play against them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the appealing part, AR, or the two things that you just talked about is while, yes, the consistent play or lack thereof for Kyler has been there, and he is undersized. We've been talking about this since we've been watching him play in college, but he's found a way to have his moments where you're like, oh, my goodness, there's something there. And so a couple of those years at Arizona were really good. A couple of them were not. And I think when you look at your team, Vegas is rolling with you on that thought because as we sit here today, the Minnesota Vikings are the favorite to now acquire Kyler Murray at -110.
Okay. I was going to bring up, well, no, it can't. It's probably not the Dolphins.
So they're right there.
They're in a problem with Tua.
They're third in line. And so the Dolphins are in a position to where if they cut Tua, the dead cap money is crazy. Next year, it's not as bad. I think it's somewhere in the $90 million range this year for Miami, but Vegas has them third in line at +320.
What about Atlanta?
So Atlanta is fifth in line at +500, right between the Dolphins and the Falcons are at +500, is your Cleveland Browns at +450. And so Vegas thinks there could be something there. And so what makes him appealing to all of these teams is going to be that you're probably not going to be having to run up a big check for Kyler Murray now. This may be a one-year deal to where he's going to bet on himself. And I think if I'm Kyler and I get advice from my agent that the one-year deal is probably the best path because I am young enough to where if I do play well, I can get another big bag, that landing spot is Minnesota for me. Because when we're talking about the Jets, when we're talking about the Dolphins, you're talking about the Browns, at least those three teams right there, the weaponry isn't as sexy as it is in Minnesota and even Atlanta, honestly. So if I'm Kyler, I'm probably stacking this up as Minnesota, Atlanta, Miami, the Browns, and then the Jets.
The Vikings don't want to admit right now that they don't care about the development of J.J. McCarthy anymore, because I think they still do. I think a lot of it is we believed in this guy. He showed flashes early on. He got injured. His confidence shattered, and here we are. Like, honestly, I think that's what it is. And maybe, and I'm leaving out maybe the last part, which is maybe he wasn't worthy of that pick to begin with. And that's very possible, but they're the ones that picked him. So they're the ones that are more likely to defend it than me. And I think that's what they're trying to do. And if you bring Kyler Murray in, like, I have really no problem with hurting that development of J.J. McCarthy if Murray has a future, because Murray's not old.
No.
And so I think that if you're in a winning window now and you're the Vikings, I would love to bring his dynamics to the table with that defense and that offense and see if you can get back in the playoffs and make a run and then decide where you want to go quarterback-wise. Because McCarthy this isn't some overall top pick that got injured that you're like, okay, we got to hang on here. He's one of those that's like now you don't really know. They already fired their GM as part of the Darnold tour that went all the way to a Lombardi. And so he took the blame for that, which I guess he should. And here we are. So I'm all about Kyler Murray at a cheap price, and I think the Vikings should do it.
He's 28 years old, to your point, and so there's definitely enough runway there to where if this does click and there's something there between KOC, your head coach, and Kyler within this offense, that's something you absolutely sign up for another few laps around the track.
You don't want him to go to the Browns, do you?
I mean, if I'm Kyler, that's not my destination of choice.
But if you're the Browns,
you drop Kyler into that quarterback room right now, I think he is the best quarterback they would have as we sit here today. I think that. The other part of this real quick for Minnesota is, Justin Jefferson didn't seem too happy about what was going on last year. And this is a Hall of Fame talent that's in the prime of his career, that if you roll out another season similar to what he just had to go through in 2025, we know how some of these guys like to throw around their power and like to voice their displeasure about, hey, you know what? Hey, maybe I don't want to be here anymore.
Well, we just signed him to a big contract.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. He got his money, but you just don't want that noise to get louder. So you want to turn the volume down on that. And if we gave Justin Jefferson some true serum right now and asked him, who would you rather go out there and play with at the moment, Kyler Murray or J.J. McCarthy, I think I know what the answer to that would be.
I think you're correct.
And I think it would be Kyler.
Yep.
So I think that's why there's more pieces to this, too, outside of the J.J. thing. It's keeping the other J.J. happy and Justin Jefferson to make sure he wants to stay in Minnesota.
All right, we'll see. Kyler's in play for sure because you're getting him at the Five Below discount. Like, you're getting him there. And that's intriguing for a lot of teams.
Yeah, I agree.
That are needy for a quarterback. All right, we come back with ins and outs. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Winners of the prestigious Platinum Microphone Award every year, given to the best radio station in the world. No need to look it up. It's real. The Fan.
If your roof is leaking, you don't need a sales pitch. You need answers. I'm Bill Schmidt with Brothers Roofing and Construction, a local certified contractor helping homeowners across central and southern Ohio solve real problems. No pressure, just honest work done right.
Common Man and Bob Capace here for Worthington Jewelers. Bobby, it's bridal sale time.
Our annual spring bridal sale is March 10th through the 21st. Buy one and get one 50% off on all bridal jewelry.
And don't miss the weekend trunk shows featuring the latest styles from the top designers. And Bobby, if custom is the choice, you're the man for that.
Absolutely. Let us make the ring of your dreams.
Check out our custom ring builder at worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged.
Get your day started with T-Bone and Tybus weekday mornings from 6 to 9 here on The Fan. You think that a radio lifer and a national title winner wouldn't have much in common, but you'd be wrong. They're both girthy, they both love football, and they both get racially profiled for completely different reasons. It's like driving to work with your friends, except these friends give away tickets to things and talk to all the important people in town. Your actual friends are probably a bunch of losers. Well, anyway, listen to T-Bone and Tybus live on The Fan app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage doors is what we do. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Family owned and operated. It isn't all sunshine and rainbows. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Here's something you don't hear admitted very often. When you run a business with your family, you don't always get along with them. We argue, we debate, we have real conversations about the decisions that we make. But at Care, every conversation comes back to our priorities, doing right by our employees and our customers. Because when you treat your team like family, they take better care of the families they serve. And when you treat your customers the way you want your own family treated, trust follows. That mindset doesn't always maximize short-term profits, but it builds something better, long-term relationships. Today, more and more local companies are being bought by venture capital firms, where maximizing profits often leads to a sales-first mentality. CARE is still family-owned and locally operated, so we can keep people, not profits, at the center of every decision. CARE Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Oh, what? Just cleared that drain last week.
At the Waterworks, we mean clean, which means we don't just clear your drain, we actually clean it. Get your drains good as new with the Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results.
Accountability in elections isn't partisan, and in Ohio, Republican and Democrat teams work together to create confidence in every election result. Ohio's elections are accurate, accountable, and accessible, always. So make your plan to vote at voteohio.gov.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV reports.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton. ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies with chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms reappearing as we go into the later part of the day. Temperatures will get into the upper 50s, and then for tonight, rain and storm chances linger overnight with our lows in the 50s. For Thursday, rain and storm chances early, and we could even see a few thunderstorms in the forecast. It'll be warm and breezy with highs in the mid to upper 60s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present In or Out.
Just a little of the old in and out.
All right, before we get to ins and outs, I want to thank our boy Snagglepuss for the pie delivery yesterday. 3/4 of the triple berry is gone. And I had 2 pieces, so 2 pieces went to Chanel number 5, and the other 2 went into my stomach. And there's a big, nice chunk left for tonight. And now the precedent's been set because I was thinking when he calls next Tuesday, I'm going to say, all right, so where are you going this week?
Well, you dropping off.
That's right, because he's now our personal food delivery guy.
No doubt.
He's our personal DoorDash.
You know, it's a wonderful thing that he did, and it was the first time I think that's ever happened on the show where someone has called and said, hey, I'm running by this place. What do you guys need? And I promised myself and him I would do this because his blood type is really rare, and he's such a loyal listener of the show.
How do you know that?
Yeah.
I ask questions. I know things.
So you just like, what's your blood type as an icebreaker?
What, he's got that O negative?
No, he produces about 3 times the amount of platelets that an average human being would, which makes him very coveted by people who want to donate blood, and he does, and he's saved well over 1,000 lives, like donating his blood.
Good for him. That's amazing.
And so
shout out to you, Snagglepuss.
It gives me a reason to promote the Red Cross and the people that when this comes about, it's not just some kind of trendy little thing. Donating blood is life-saving.
Yeah,
if you
amazing.
can, you should.
Absolutely.
He donated 2 pieces of triple berry to me. Oh, it was good.
The pecan pie is gone.
It is gone. And it was
we
your
ever get
first ever, right?
Yeah, that I can recall. So now, for sure, set in stone, I've had that before. Did we ever get to the bottom of how Baker got the XL?
No, he's here. He may be listening in the little side studio.
The
so
Oreo
Baker,
pie.
How
Baker,
you and I got the 6-inch smalls, and then he got the size XL that took up the entire bottom of the to-go bag.
You got the individual. I got the medium.
Oh.
I got the I got the one that serves probably 5 to 8. Baker went with the 8 to 10.
Baker, if you're listening in the side studio, come into the studio and let us know what pie you got from Snagglepuss.
I will
He got an Oreo pie.
Oh, he got an Oreo
But it
pie.
was-
Okay.
I'll turn up mic number 2.
Okay.
Hop in my studio, Baker.
You got the
Enough for-
XL version. Been eating
Yeah.
that all week. Big
Weird.
Show's built different, man. He's built different.
I
All
don't know
right,
if it's going
TLC.
to last a week.
The rest
The
of this
over-under
week?
on his pie is about 2.5 days.
Oh, he's walking into the
All
studio,
right.
folks.
Is he
As
in
we
I want to
speak.
get the in or out in this.
He brought his headphones.
The man has arrived.
Sweet, I can save all this for Tell the Truth. This is even better for me.
Hello, Ryan Baker.
Guys, I have no clue what you're talking about right now.
So you got
I don't know any of this.
You didn't receive an Oreo pie yesterday?
No. When did I receive a pie?
Wait a minute.
Was
Oh
I
my
here?
Are we going to make it delivered right now?
Somebody pilfered the pie?
Guys, I left.
I'm going to the
this-
fridge.
I left the studio
If they cuss at the
yesterday
button.
about 10, 15 minutes after our show.
I put it on. Okay, so Snagglepuss brought 3 pies from Just Pies.
Do you know who Snagglepuss is?
Of course he does.
Okay, okay. Just asking. Okay.
He called us during the show. Said, I'm going to Just Pies.
Okay.
You guys want anything? And I'm like, that's amazing. This has never happened. Of course, I'm not going to turn that down. I even said, if you do the running, I'll spring for the tab. And TLC says, I've never had pecan pie.
Yeah.
So he ordered it. And then
I had no clue this was anywhere.
I ordered.
And there it is.
You know what? We actually blew it here. We had
We do
a
a
free
live
Oreo
unboxing.
pie that we could have, that TLC and
right.
I could have shared.
I got to get myself on the camera. How in the world can I do this?
Is it full?
Oh, it's full.
Oh, it looks like it's mint.
And it says, hold on. No, I got to start talking here. And it says Baker written on it. So we had one that had
That's for
my
you.
name on it. We had
So
one
I
with
didn't know
Rothman's
this.
name on it.
So I saw
and
that.
we got one with you.
I saw that Snagglepuss had a tweet like yesterday asking if I was still at the station.
Just looking
But
out
I
for you.
didn't. I had no clue any of this was going
There you
on.
go.
I didn't know this
All
was
right.
here.
Right now.
Got a little sweet
So-
treat.
We were all thinking, why would Baker order an extra large when all of us got for regular human size?
I had no clue.
All
I
right,
didn't
so
even know.
You're off the hook.
Okay.
The first I heard of
The
that.
viewers who are watching me right now on YouTube, can they see Baker's
turning that
name
thing
written in
over.
pen? No, it's fine. Nah, you can't really see
tilt the
Baker's
pie.
name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So AR,
That's
What are you
it's
doing?
compact.
Okay, we know his name's on it.
AR, if I give this to you,
Demonstrating.
will this make up for you guys having to do YouTube
Yeah,
shows
so
during the
while-
This is the worst idea
It's a
ever.
bad trade.
While you're here, explain yourself.
It's a bad trade.
It just happened. We were talking about Big Ten tournament and Ohio State playing at noon, and I'm for the brand. You know, let's find more. Let's find.
The
let's
course of
find more
history is not getting
shows.
changed because of it.
Let's find more shows, right? And I was like, well, that's during your show. That'd be how cool would that be? A live reaction show to the Big Ten tournament on the YouTube.
And when I asked you, and I said, if this does happen, will you partake in this show and
Yeah.
be there for the entirety of the game/show? You said to me, what?
I don't remember what I
You
said.
said
to
I'd
you.
stop
In
by
jest.
for one segment of the show.
I told TLC, I was like, we're gonna if that happens, our show will lose an hour, so I'll come be with you guys for an hour. I think that's fair.
AR's all in on
Did
this.
you suggest? Let me for
I'm not really
clarification's sake.
all in, but I on the surface, it wasn't the worst idea.
But
I've
you may
heard.
have crossed over the 50% threshold of being more in than out.
Correct. TLC and I
In
are
or out?
out.
Yes. Now, Baker, just for clarification's sake, did you pitch this as an idea of like a live watch along, or did you pitch this as like what we did where we with the college football playoff rankings where we all tuned in and streamed from home? Like, do we have to come
So
to the
I
same
pitched
place?
it as something that would be fun. Like we could do that. I
Depends
pitched
who
it
you
as
ask.
like you guys all went to the same place.
Yeah.
Like say I don't know, like JT's sponsors the fan poll, and they'd be like, "Hey, let's do a show here at JT's."
Is there a talent
And you
fee
could
involved?
guys eat lunch and.
I'll have him up to Turtle. We could do it in the golf sim.
Perfect. Fish said we couldn't drink though, which that kind of killed it for me because I was trying to get you guys to have a good time.
You mean you can't drink on the air?
Yeah, on the air.
You can drink.
I don't even want to drink, but like the fact that I can't makes me want to. Like I don't like how there are all these rules involved.
The rebel.
See, I was
This
trying to have
world,
you
it
guys.
has rules.
I was trying to have you
Outback
guys have a
Steakhouse,
great time.
No rules, just right.
This isn't Smokey. What's the line? I'm trying.
What was the line? I don't know what
This
you're
is
looking for.
bowling. This isn't Smokey. There are rules.
Yes.
Thank you.
Big Lebowski.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to speak your language. I'm trying to bond with you, Rothman. It's hard, but
It was good. No, it was a good try. Market zero, Baker. Market zero. All right. So the other question, I think we're missing the whole point. what is the reality that Ohio State would win like 3 games of the Big Ten tournament?
They'd only have to win 2. They'd have to beat some terrible opponent. So they have to be the 9 seed for us to try to get out of this. We'll see. But they have to be the 9 seed, beat some terrible opponent. The 8 seed would already have a bye, and so they would play their way into playing the 8-9 game. That would be beating a similar opponent. And then if you get that 3rd game, who cares what you do against the 1 seed? I don't care. Just as long as you're playing. Because that's what, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? I don't care if you're playing on Saturday.
So, Baker, you don't believe that if we lucked into this, that is just the luck of the draw, and it hit our show, and the 3 of us should have 3 days off. Like, the more Ohio State wins, we win.
I mean, it could be anybody's show, right? Like, say it's later on in the day. If it was earlier. I did just realize this, though, Maddie.
Yeah.
I'd have to be with you guys all day on Wednesday, because I'm going to be in Dayton after that for the girls' basketball tournament. So
gonna be
back
I just thought of it.
Back to combing the high schools?
I just thought of it.
A dorm storming?
Is that what's going on?
Oh, my God. So you're calling
Back
the
to
games
campus?
Thursday and Friday
We
is
got
what you're
state
saying.
basketball tournaments the
there it
next
is.
2 weekends.
Okay, nice.
So.
Okay, who's going to be on the call with you?
Well, I'm not going to be on the call of the girls, so
he's the key
I'm going
grip.
out there and we're getting set up and producing on Thursday, but then I've got to come back to town and do the state hockey tournament on Saturday and Sunday. So
Maddie, he's the best boy. He's the key grip.
Jokes are going too far. I'm
I
sorry.
don't like any of this right now.
I think it's funny the first.
Yeah, but you got a
I
pie out
my
of this.
dorm storming comment.
I had no clue it was in there.
I feel bad for Snagglepuss now. He dropped off an entire Oreo mint pie, and I left it on TLC's desk, hoping that he would then alert you of it. Who put it in the fridge?
I did.
Oh, because you assumed he knew.
I guess it just never occurred to me that Baker didn't know that he was getting a pie.
I had no clue.
Boy, making it to Sunday. Is that pie going to make it to Sunday?
That's a big pie, man.
Okay.
It's huge.
I almost feel like I need to leave it here so everybody can partake.
Oh,
company man.
Gosh, now suddenly
company
he's
man.
all
Except
back
for our show.
For everybody
now he's
else.
a team player.
Hey, what did I say? For the brand, Rothman.
Oh, my
For the
goodness.
brand.
This guy.
I'm just going to leave it here, and everybody could have a taste. Oh, my goodness. All right, well,
I'll tell you what. If they have it at a local establishment, these local establishments have no clue who I am, so you two have fun while I'm off of work.
I don't know. You were certainly headlong into that YouTube lens, alerting the world of who you are.
Turn the pie upside down.
That's right.
No.
It's not a blizzard.
I had a handle on that pie.
All right, we're coming back in 2 minutes with Adam Schefter. Big trade today. Chiefs do it again. We'll tell you what it is next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off of closing costs. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 5.79% APR 5.81% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Chronic pain can make life feel impossible. But at QC Kinetics, there's a breakthrough that's giving people real hope. Stem wave therapy.
It has fundamentally changed the way I look at cases after 30 years in practice. So when we talk about regenerative medicine, we're talking about these types of devices.
That's Dr. Tony DeCesaro, one of the nation's authorities on stem wave therapy.
Been around for about 30 years in Europe. Now it's really taken a real foothold. People are tired of just using pills that really cover everything up and they don't really heal.
This device is both diagnostic and therapeutic, helping the medical team at QC Kinetics find the problem and trigger your body's natural healing response.
It's about giving hope, right? That there are options.
QC Kinetics. Harness the power of stem wave and get relief now. Call for your consultation here in Columbus, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
NFL Playbook with ESPN's Adam Schefter.
Sponsored by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
All right, Effort and Shefty. Let me give you a little bit of the particulars, and then he can add all the details. So the Rams right now, they traded for a top 5 cornerback in most people's minds with McDuffie. And they still have a top 15 draft pick. And LA's always been about this, man.
Blank them picks.
A little bit, but not all the way there, because like I said, they still have a top 15 pick. And they still have, technically, an MVP quarterback.
Yeah, they
got a coach that we all admire. And so the Rams are here to stay.
They are here to stay. They're in their Super Bowl window. I agree with how aggressive they are. You bring in Trent McDuffie, who you're talking about from Kansas City. They had a really bad secondary last year, that being the Rams. So obviously they're addressing that, and you're bringing in one of the best in the game. And so it's interesting, right? You got these two teams that believe they're in their Super Bowl windows, helping each other out here a little bit. But you look at the Rams' history when it comes to first-round picks or lack thereof. They drafted Jared Verse in the first round in 2024. But prior to that, they didn't make a first-round pick until Jared Goff came off the board in 2016. So I love how aggressive they are. It really didn't make a whole bunch of sense to me that they would use one of their first-round picks on a Ty Simpson or whoever quarterback that they may like in their mind. And so, yeah, I'm here for this. And Kansas City's fascinating in the draft now, right? Because now they have 2 first-round picks to use, one at 9 and one that's going to be in the 20s. Is it 29, AR?
That's right.
So 29.
Yes. Just to recap for people, outstanding quarterback Trent McDuffie is going to the Rams, and the Rams give up 4 draft picks, including number 29.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs got an absolute haul for him. And it's clear that they now need defense. And you and I were all about offense, but you just traded him.
I think maybe they split the difference, right? Maybe I think in their dream world, Jeremiah Love will be there at 9, and maybe you can grab a corner, or maybe you go shopping in free agency. So, it's dangerous for me right now to look at Kansas City picking twice in the first round, because if they hit, and then the biggest if is the immediate health of Patrick Mahomes. And when we see him, and when we do see him, does he look like the normal 15, or is that going to take some time? But, yeah, the Rams are right there knocking on the door in an NFC championship game. And so this is what you do. You brought up Matthew Stafford, just won an MVP, clearly on the back nine of his career. Keep going. Keep hitting the gas pedal and stay in the fast lane. I'm here for it.
So 2 things. One, I think Patrick Mahomes tweeted just damn. All right? That's what he said.
Oh, that's it.
And they've done this before. They've unloaded Tyreek Hill. They've unloaded Snead, Joe Tooney. They've done this. But this is a real blockbuster, and we have the man who's been covering it all day, our friend Adam Schefter, on the Brian Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. This is a major blockbuster, wouldn't you say, my man?
Oh, I think anytime there's a pick that involves an all-pro player and a first-round draft pick, yeah, those are big trades. And this was a big trade. It got done that way. And they still have to get a contract worked out with the player, and I think that they're expecting to get that worked out with the player. But once they can get that worked out with the player, yeah, I think that it's a big deal.
All right, so the obvious motivation is they got draft pick capital out of this, but why do you feel that the front office felt he was expendable, being as good as he is?
I think that they weren't ready to pay him.
Okay.
Like they didn't want to pay him. That's really the deal. They like the player. They've got other expenses they've got to take care of, and they weren't ready to move in a certain direction, so they moved on.
Okay, Shefty, let's go over to Indy, and I know the Colts are maybe looking at the option of either tagging Daniel Jones or maybe even tagging wide receiver Alec Pierce. They go down that path with Daniel Jones, and it looks like that is the transition tag, correct? And for our listeners, can you kind of break down exactly what the transition tag means for Indy, Daniel Jones, and maybe some other parties involved?
Yeah, with Daniel Jones, basically he can sign an offer sheet with another team. Basically, putting the transition tag, not the franchise tag on him. The Colts save $6 million on the tag, $6 million. And so they don't get 2 first-round picks back if he goes to another team, but they would have the right to match any offer sheet that he signs with another team. So if the Vikings wanted Daniel Jones, and I don't know if they could afford him with their cap issues, okay? If they couldn't afford him, then it would be a case where, let's say Minnesota did sign him to an offer sheet. Indy would have the chance to match it and get him back. They get him back under that contract, or they say we're not matching it, and then he's a Viking, or whatever team signs him to the offer sheet, right? So that the transition tag gives you the ability to match any offer he gets, if that makes sense.
It does. The other quarterback that everyone's thinking about, though, is Kyler Murray, and because of his bargain price that he could be acquired.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. Kyler Murray is probably going to get the veteran minimum because the Cardinals owe him $36.8 million. So he's making $36.8 million from the Cardinals, no matter what. So, he'll be able to pick his spot, and some team will probably pay him $1.4 million to go play there, and he'll make this year over $38 million, and that's sort of how it's going to work.
So now the Trey Hendrickson market will start to take form here, right? We've talked to you the last few weeks. I think none of us really expected him to run it back with Cincinnati and those two parties to come to terms on a new deal. But now looking at his market, Shefty, and maybe even a possible deal that he's going to get, how robust do you think his market will be?
Look, there's always a market for pass rushers, always. And there will be for Trey Hendrickson as well. I don't know what he'll come in at. He's earned this right. He's never been a true unrestricted free agent. So we'll see what he winds up getting here. It's going to be a good, healthy number. This is what he's waited for. This is what he's wanted. He's going to move on. He said goodbye to Cincinnati yesterday, so he's not going to be back there. We know that. So we'll see how it works out.
I want to add one quick thing, and then we can go back to that about Kyler Murray. Do you have an idea in your mind which teams are going to be reaching out to him? Like what your lineup would be on whether Minnesota, Atlanta, Miami, Cleveland, like what do you have in your mind as being the top pecking order for teams that you believe, I'm not asking you to guarantee anything, you believe will reach out to him?
Well, I think that Minnesota fits the bill for him. And I think depending on what happens with Indianapolis, that would be another place that might appeal to him. Indoors, good offense, good coaching staff, all those things like that. So, do I think Kyler Murray is waiting to go to Cleveland or the Jets? It could happen if he wants to go play. That's where that's where he might opt to go. But I just don't know that that's going to happen.
Okay. Some chatter coming out of the combine about Caleb Downs, and is there any concern at all from GMs or scouts that you're talking to about his health and on that side of things right now?
I have not heard that. I know it's out there. I'm unaware of that. I'd have to dig into that, and I just haven't been there because I've been dealing with franchise tags and big trades of all pro players.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about was you had posted about Carnell Tate's 40, and it's like Pro Football Talk decided like that was some big deal that you gave information, which is obviously insider information about that his 40 time when it was hand time by a lot of people that you talked to may have been faster than the official laser time. Why do you think they had such a problem with that? It felt like
no idea. I'm just passing along what I believe is factual information and about a player that is going to be the number one wide receiver picked in the draft, and it had generated some debate in the industry circles. That's all it was to me.
Did Mike Florio on Pro Football Talk feel like that the laser should be the be-all, end-all, and that it doesn't matter if humans are timing this? Was that his angle of this?
I don't know what his angle was, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Have you guys ever you'd never had a relationship with him, or there's never anything in the past, or has this kind of been some weird stuff that's gone back and forth over the years?
He enjoys writing about me.
Okay.
Shefty, I want to ask you about this running back market because I know a lot of people are in love with Jeremiah Love and what he is going to be in the NFL. And so the impact of the running back prospects in the draft versus the free agent running backs, like what's your feel on the free agent side of things, what that market's going to look like for some of the guys that are now available, like a Kenneth Walker and some others?
Well, I think there's going to be a strong market, and you know that Breece Hall is going to make $14 million, so I'm sure that some of the better running backs will be trying to get as much money as they can along those lines. I don't know that it's going to happen, but I think there's going to be an interest in some of these running backs. It's a deep free agent running back class. We'll see how it goes. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Hold on.
Okay. See, this is the best time.
Got Max Crosby on the other line, fellas.
This is the best time of year because he's.
Okay, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
We actually didn't get your hold music. We usually like your hold music.
I don't even know what hold music I have, but that's funny.
We actually have it. We even recorded it. It's wonderful. It's very soothing.
Is that right?
Yeah, this is it. That's your hold music. It's awesome.
Wow.
It's elite.
That's pretty cool.
Your thoughts on Max Crosby? Landing spots?
I think that a trade is possible. I think that definitely could happen. And I think there's a bunch of teams. Hold on one second. I got a GM. Hold on one second. It's that time of the year.
Oh, do your thing. Go ahead and cook, Shefty. I love this.
And anyway, I think that the Raiders have to figure out what they want to do, and there are a number of teams that are interested, and we're going to find out how much somebody's interested because they're not going to move them just to move them. They're looking for a big hole. We saw today Trey McDuffie be traded for 4 picks. And I think, Max Crosby is Max Crosby. So you can imagine the haul that it would be if and when they agree to a deal for him.
And just for the record that today, you don't believe the Browns are going to inquire about Kyler Murray? Or that is possible?
I don't think that that's a match. I don't think it's a match, right? It has to go both ways. Yeah. So I just don't. I don't think it'll be a match, but we'll see. That's the great part about the next week. We're going to see a lot of things.
Well done, my man. Appreciate you as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, guys. Have a great week. We'll talk next week. Yep, next week.
Okay. Adam Schefter, senior NFL insider for ESPN on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Gas Hotline. For people who just jumped in, there was a curious question that emerged about Carnell Tate's official 40 time. And while the laser had him at like 4.53, Schefter had released and posted that he had talked to some GMs and scouts that just basically asking the right question. What time did you have for him? Some guys came back with 4.47. Some guys came back with 4.45, 4.46. And so when he was called out about it by Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, well, so what if human beings timed it? We have the laser time. Why would you be posting these? He had the receipts, as you said, and he posted the text messages, him just asking the basic questions. What time did you have for Tate? He went to the next level of trying to really see how accurate or where most people had him. And it came back that we and everyone around us had mid to high 4.4. The Combine Electric had him at 4.53. So, these hundredths can mean a lot of money. And draft slots. And
Carno's going to be just fine. Carno's going to be just fine, but I love Shefty's answer. He likes to write about me.
It's a good line. It's kind of the ultimate line. All right, we're going to come back, and we'll hit you with a Buckeye Bulletin next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Okay.
Head to 971thefan.com to listen on demand and subscribe to all our podcasts. Wasting time has never been easier. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Save big money on everything for your electrical projects at Menards. Protect your home's power with Square D. Square D products are equipped with the latest safety technology to protect your home's entire electrical system, including load centers, breakers, and whole home surge protectors. Save big money on all Square D electrical products. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards. This radio station is more than 100 years old. And during that time, absolutely no one has hosted more shows than the Common Man. I don't know why we're bragging about that, but I just read the copy, okay? And then there's Timmy. What can I say about good old Timmy? Well, he's a heck of a guy. All right, let's cut the bull. Common Man and Timmy host a show that'll make you laugh at immature things, overreact to whatever's going on in the world of sports, and probably embarrass themselves in the process. And we love them for it. Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on The Fan.
For more than 25 years, Brothers Roofing and Construction has been serving Central Ohio with dependable roofing, siding, and exterior repairs. We do the job right. We communicate effectively and stand behind our work. So when quality matters, call Brothers Roofing and Construction.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
A system for every home and every budget at Logan AC and Heat Services. Get a free Trane furnace with the purchase of an air conditioner. And don't forget about our 10-year parts and labor warranty available now. Logan Services.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Aaron, what are those? Those are what are known as toilets, Jerry. I know they're toilets, but why are they sitting back to back like bookends? Congratulations, Jerry. You said the magic word.
Get Eco.
ECO. Bookends? Bookends is the magic word? Take a seat, Jerry. I choose this one. A good choice. That is the world's most luxurious toilet. Really? How much is it? $6,500, including installation. What? For $6,500, this thing would have to iron my shirts, shine my shoes, and sing happy birthday to me.
Get Eco.
ECO. It does way more than that, Jerry. I'm switching to the other one. How much is this one? $650, including installation. Wow, that's a great deal. What does it do? It does exactly what you would expect, Jerry. Huh. From $650 to $6,500. Eco has a toilet for everyone. Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and you can always trust our HVAC technicians. GetEco.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Bishop and Friends.
Have you seen him eat his food? He just swallows it whole. He doesn't even chew. Like if he wanted to eat the thing, it'd already be eaten. That's not what's going on here. He thinks it's a toy.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Rothman Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 4 windows and get 4 free plus an extra 10% off from windownation.com.
All right, by now you've heard the story that Matt Patricia prepared all his guys for the combine, interviews, and went over there, and wasn't just defensive guys. So the numbers from Julian saying, Maddie, 78.4% completion percentage, 3,300 plus passing yards, 31 touchdowns, 6 picks.
That'll work.
You'll take that all day long. Now, he wasn't, as we all have to admit, processing at the highest level late against really good defensive lines and defenses in Indiana and Miami. And I'm not putting that all on him. The offensive line didn't give him the time maybe that he had grown accustomed to during the season.
No matter how elite you are, when there's a whole bunch of static around you and you just don't have time, there's not much you can do. Ask Drake May how that looked in the Super Bowl. Ask Mahomes a couple times in the Super Bowl where his offensive line was getting curb stomped, right? It is what it is. No matter how athletic you are or how great you are with your mind or your arm talent, you just have to have a clean pocket. Of course, as a quarterback, you have to do your part to get around some pressure every now and then, but just wasn't as consistent up front as you're alluding to as they would want it to be, and it clearly affected Julian and the entire offense.
Yeah. If you can keep your head when all around you are losing theirs, that is the quote. I would say that when you've gone all season playing against teams that you've been able to handle, he got kind of used to having a little more time to process. And Indiana and Miami sped up his clock a little bit.
No doubt.
So he might have gotten the Heisman. And a lot of people thought that if they beat Indiana, regardless of, unless one guy just had, unless it was a really high-scoring game and most of the points were coming not by quarterback, but by, let's say, running back. Let's say, or Indiana had, one guy that had a bunch of yards after the catch. And so that maybe you could see. But a lot of people use that game as a tiebreaker. And it was that close. And he may have gotten the Heisman if they hadn't lost that game 13-10, which is so crazy to believe it was that low scoring.
Few red zone trips for Ohio State to where they left meat on the bone. So while, yes, up front, Indiana's defensive front was getting after them, they did move the ball up and down the field, and from the 20s in, they just didn't execute the way that they needed to. And those are the difference-making possessions when you're going up against teams like an Indiana or some of the other good teams around the country. You just have to cash in.
Here's Matt Patricia, Ohio State's defensive coordinator, talking about the quarterback for Ohio State.
Tell me about seeing him in practice, what he's like. He throws a good ball.
Yeah, he does. He's a great kid, and probably early on, by the time we hit training camp, I was like, okay, we're spinning the wheel and see what he's got. So it was, trying to win camp a little bit, but he's so competitive. I would go pre-practice, they're stretching, and Sonny would be on one side, and then a couple of the defensive guys would be on the other, and I'd walk up and be like, hey, Sonny, what are we looking at? You want to go double mug? Do you want to go 5 down, 6 down? And just but Julian was like, he just wanted to go compete. And I love to watch his development, reading coverages, seeing those different looks and seeing fronts. And, hopefully that's what kind of got him a little bit of confidence, got him going early in the season, and he was great.
Certainly was. Obviously the mistake against Miami with the pick 6, but there was a kind of an Ole block, right?
Yeah, Jeremiah probably needed to level up a little bit with the blocking, for sure.
Probably wasn't anticipating that route was going to get completely jumped versus what he thought was going to happen. And here we are. So all that experience, you put it back in the bag, and you try to run it back this year.
That's it. And so that's why I think while the end result and where we were last year sucked for a lot of people, I get that, but what it could mean for Julian now moving forward, I think could be some really good things, because now he knows what to do and how to move and maneuver around some of the defenses that are going to be playing at a higher level. And there's, at least on paper, looking like there's going to be a few more of those challenges along the way. So now he's battle tested, and that's going to be the hope not only for Julian Sam, but in the game against Texas, Arch Manning. That's going to be the expectation for these guys now is, okay, you took your lap around the track as the guy in year 1. Now let's see what you can do. And obviously just the more snaps you get, the better. And so he knows he has the talent to do it. He has the mental capability of doing it. Now it's just locking in on the finite details, and what makes quarterbacks great every single week is not skipping a beat at all. And I think that's absolutely in play for him. Year number 1, he became a Heisman finalist. Nobody's going to be surprised if he's there again, and I don't think anybody's going to be surprised if he turns himself into a first-round pick this year, and he may be there already in the minds of some of the NFL evaluators.
So this is the year that either it works for Jeremiah going for the Heisman because he is the guy, and Carnell Tate, well, he stole a lot of his stuff, stealing in a good way, but you can look at it either way. Like, he's going to have plenty of chance to be the guy all the time, but defenses will know that. But I think both of them.
And they've known that for 2 years.
Both of them are up for the Heisman. Both of them are very much alive for the Heisman.
I agree, and I think AR, not only is Jeremiah motivated by that, but he's motivated by that Biletnikoff. I think that's the one you really want, because while he probably respects...
More than the Heisman? The Heisman's for life.
No, I get that, but it's a rare thing for a wide receiver. I think there's something to being honored as the guy in your position at one point in time in your career.
What about the one for all positions?
I hear what you're saying. I just think that he's bothered by not having a Biletnikoff yet, maybe more so than not winning a Heisman to this point.
What about getting pole position in the parking lot?
That's as coveted as anything gets, and we have a violator today. I'm not violating.
Depending on who you ask.
According to Dom,
ridiculous.
According to Dom, you are the violator.
Then get him out there with a paintbrush and start painting lines then, if he feels that strongly about it. I did not break the plane.
No, listen, I was defending you today. I was walking in. Dom was out there in the parking lot and said, look at your boy. I said, there's nothing to look at. AR's within the lines. We're good right here. So he thinks, I don't know what he's got going on, but between you and Michael Barron's over there at TV, there's some type of rivalry in Dom's mind between the two of you. And now the parking lot is crazy.
Michael who?
Michael Barron's. Michael Barron's is got a big red machine. He should be parking at Flying J. Because that thing he should enter a way station.
Gas guzzler, as you called it. It's wasting money on gas.
All right, we're coming back. No, I mean, teach his own. I don't. He doesn't. He can drive whatever he wants. I'm just saying, I'm not the violator today.
His last name is what? Michael who?
Barron's. My Dom impersonation. I think he'd like it. All right, we're going to come back top of the hour. And Bobby Carpenter on deck.
Let's go.
The big guy. We'll get to find out a little bit what he thinks of all the combine rumors. That's next. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
Bobby Carpenter demands that you watch Morning Juice on YouTube. If you don't, Tito will move into your house.
Live at 6 a.m. on YouTube and streaming on the Fan app.
It's March. Send it in, big fella. That means the greatest sports weekend of the year is coming, and the best place to set the puppies and watch the tournament is at Hollywood Casino Columbus. I'm Scotty Vegas, and Thursday through Sunday opening weekend, kiss the kids goodbye and hang out from noon to 5 with the Fan at the Hollywood Casino Sportsbook. A Bill Raftery impersonation contest, free throw games, free shirts, and more. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Onions!
Hey friends, Beamer here, and I just want to let you know our son's about to turn 3 here this week. Baby boy number 2, he could show up any day now. And as you know, I got started on Awaken 180 because I wanted to keep up with the boys, with the babies. Well, it turns out that baby isn't a baby any longer. He has legs and he runs everywhere. Every parent knows this. Kids run their own schedule, so life in our house has gone from busy to really busy, and that's exactly why I'm grateful I started Awaken 180. Chasing a toddler is already a workout. Soon it's going to be 2 little guys who don't slow down. Since losing the weight, I've got more energy. I'm sleeping better. I'm not dragging through the day. I'm more present. And more importantly, I'm more patient. And that matters because this is not about looking different. It's about being active with my boys now and being there for them years from now. Awaken 180 gave me a clear plan, real coaching, and results that last. If you've got a busy season coming up or you're already in one, now's the time to do so. Awaken180weightloss.com. Get started today.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
The savings are so good at Great Lakes. But have you seen our inventory? With over 1,000 new Hyundais to choose from, there's no need to settle at glakeshyundai.com. Find a new Palisade with the exact options you need, or a new Tucson in that color you have been seeing around town. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings and selection are so good.
The Reds are on the radio.
And he caught it. No way. What a grab. Noel V. Marte. Ellie De La Cruz is on his horse, and they're waving him to the house. Suarez swings. He drives this. It is gone. Eugenio Suarez puts the Reds on top.
With an old friend back in the clubhouse, it's time for spring training baseball. Hear the action on your home of the Reds.
I'm John Morgan. There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Reason number 3. First, all lawyers are not the same. If my family had an injury case and I couldn't hire us, there are only about 3 to 4% of the lawyers out there that I would hire. And here's why. Most of them rarely, if ever, go to trial. They just take the last best offer. Hell, you can do that yourself. Do this. If you're looking for a lawyer, Google Morgan & Morgan results and see what comes up. It may shock you. Then Google the firm you're thinking of hiring and do the same. That may shock you as well. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. We won a lot. $30 billion and counting. Morgan & Morgan, or thepeople.com. Who would I hire? I'd hire us.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. The one place in life you should feel comfortable is in your own home. But if your windows are leaking in some of that air from outside, the temperature can fluctuate just as much as it does outdoors in the spring. Stop adjusting your thermostat and go to windownation.com instead. I mean, you can still use the thermostat. I'm just saying, Window Nation has energy-efficient windows that can be installed in one day. Plus, every Window Nation product comes with a lifetime warranty. In March, the more you buy, the more you could save, up to 50% off all window styles. Find out more. Go to windownation.com today.
My advisor at Plant Moran Wealth Management knows my definition of wealthy: restoring classic cars. You tinker under the hood, put the keys in the ignition, and then the moment of truth. There's nothing like it.
You have your own personal definition of wealthy. Plant Moran Wealth Management knows it takes a personal approach to get you there. Experience the difference with Plant Moran Wealth Management. Book a consultation today.
Hey folks, winter is here. The number one cost for everyone each month are those pesky heating bills that never stop increasing. It is time to take action and do something about it. Call USA Insulation today and get your home insulated with our premium foam for only $99 a month, interest-free. That's right, $99 a month. You can have a warm, cozy home that you and your family deserves. 529-2440, 529-2440, or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. The Ohio State men's basketball team looking to win back-to-back games for the first time since January 17th and 20th when they travel to Happy Valley to face Penn State at 7:30 tonight. Coverage on The Fan begins with Brandon Beam in The Fan warm-up show at 6:30. The Big Ten women's basketball tournament getting underway here at 3:30 this afternoon over in Indy. The fifth-seeded Lady Bucks with a bye. They'll play the winner of tonight's Wisconsin-Illinois matchup tomorrow at 6:30. You'll be able to hear that on The Fan, too. The Cincinnati Reds with an exhibition game against Team Cuba at 3:05 this afternoon. You can catch that on The Fan's HD3. The team announced today that pitcher Hunter Green is going to get an MRI on his throwing elbow for tightness that he's had since last season. This one's sponsored by Metal Supermarkets, your convenience store for metal. Visit metalsupermarkets.com or 2180 Wilson Road for all your metal needs.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, final hour of the program. Efforting Zach Wierenski, bottom of the hour. Find out how he's doing, get you the scoop, hopefully on when he'll be back. But we do have our man Bobby Carpenter with us now, and our deep dive as we get into Ohio State guys from the Combine. And as I say, Bobby's a guy, a man who occasionally skipped the tingle phase and goes right to the drooling phase. And here he is with us now on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Did you capture that quote?
I'm trying to reference it. I know that I've heard you this week in the catalog that you need the Drop King over there to watch. I'm trying to think what day that was from. Gosh.
Is this a movie? Is this a quote from a movie that he should watch?
I feel like that's
I skipped the tingle phase and went right to the drooling phase.
It sounds like a movie that I'd be interested in and probably have seen. So
you have, and yes to both.
Is it? It's not Blow, is it?
No. I know you're going to get this.
Tingle phase on straight to the drooling phase. Can you give me a can you give me some parameters around when this movie would have been released?
Fairly in the it's old now. It's probably 12, 13 years old.
This isn't Get Him to the Greek, is it?
Nope. When I tell you, all right, when I tell you you're going to kill yourself, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh gosh, yes, that's when he was taking the drug.
The old ludes, the lemons, yes.
Yes.
And his lawyer makes him go to the country club to hit a payphone, and they kick in while he's calling him.
Hey, drove it home without a scratch.
Oh yes, exactly. What do you thought? But he definitely skipped the tingle phase and went right to the drooling phase. where are you on? You've been around, you've been to these things. Medical red flags, they work themselves out, don't they? I mean, anybody worth anything, these teams are going to get everything they need, right? So if there was a rumor about Caleb Downs and possibly his knee being a concern, that'll work its way out, right? There won't be a mystery, will there, or could there be?
Well, I don't think there's a mystery. Like, every team does their. Again, I was talking to actually some of the guys about this because they've changed it. It used to be every single team did their own independent evaluation of you, which was ridiculous. If you've ever seen, like, when they do ACL tests and all that stuff, I mean, my goodness, it's brutal to get that done 32 times. And so they've changed it up a little bit where now teams kind of collaborate and they have, like, okay, your doctor is a good doctor. We can trust them. This is fairly simple procedures to be able to get done. So I'm not overwhelmingly concerned about Caleb's knee. Like you said, anything that's out there, teams have looked at, they've evaluated, they understand what's going on. Here's the reality, Rothman, just like you, there's people that have different risk profiles of what they view as a serious injury. There's a reason why the Miami Dolphins would not clear Drew Brees, but yet the New Orleans Saints would. And some people look at it and they try to make that understanding of what is serious for them, what isn't. And so I think he's going to be fine. As I've talked to some people, that they're not overly concerned about it. So I think it's going to be okay. I'm talking about a degenerative ACL. I've never even heard of that before. When I heard that reported, I'm like, what is that? I'm not even sure what that means. So I think there's a little bit of misreporting and some things going on, which here's the other thing. It's a little bit like, middle school or like elementary school kids that like each other. You may be saying things badly about someone that you like in hopes that they fall to a position where you can actually take them.
Boy, I'm with you. And I can't believe you brought up the Breeze thing. I remember that now. Because wasn't Saban the coach?
Yes.
And he wanted him.
He would have never went to Alabama. But their trainers, they viewed his shoulder as too great of a risk. So they signed Dante Culpepper, who was coming off of a destroyed knee. So he had his own thing, his own right. But there was just a different level of comfort with what they thought the injury was. And so that's what I try to tell people. They're like, well, how could one team clear someone that another team wouldn't? I'm like, well, you go to a couple of different doctors. It's called a second opinion, a third opinion. I mean, there's other people that are allowed to have different thoughts on maybe what the injury is. And, it doesn't mean necessarily they're right or wrong in the moment, but history will kind of play that out.
Yeah, pretty crazy. So, let's stay with some combine news, around the Buckeyes, because Adam Schefter came off the top rope and hit Mike Florio with a swanton bomb today about some receipts he was keeping, because I guess Florio had an issue with what was being reported about Carnell Tate's 40 time, and then Shefty tweets out, some text, I'm assuming, between he and some scouts and GMs. And so, I don't know, if Carnell Tate, let's say, did run a 4.52 instead of a 4.45, how big of a deal is that, Bob? Because I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Do you know what CeeDee Lamb ran?
CeeDee Lamb, I'm assuming, I think he ran like a 4.5, 4.6?
Yeah, he was in the mid 4.5.
Yeah.
Like, not stopping him.
Right.
And so just like so here we go. Just like the evaluation of 40 times, like different teams put different stock on stuff, but also every team, sometimes they take their own watch as well with what they can record. And so there's the official time that people see, then other teams get their own stuff. Do I believe that Drew Rosenhaus is probably working on behalf of his client to try to make sure that people know that other teams had him faster than a 4.5? Yes. Does it matter? Probably not. I mean, there's a little bit of gamesmanship in this and different things. Do I think Carnell is going to be any less than the second wide receiver off the board because of it? No. So, I understand what Drew was doing. He's working on behalf of his client and trying to help him out. But at the same sense, I don't know that it matters that much anymore, because everybody sees all this and there's all the examples. And, as the kids say, Maddie, there's all the receipts of all these people running slower 40s. It's like, well, they slid to the second round. Like Michael Thomas ran a 4.53. He went the sixth receiver off the board that year. He didn't go in the first round. He was better than the other 5 guys that went ahead of him, and it wasn't even close. So I don't know that, like, being able to run in the straight line matters all that much when you go to Ohio State and everybody has a chance to watch you play football and play football against really good players.
Yeah, I think you bring up some good stuff, especially the older guys like Devontae Adams. I mean, I think even Jerry Rice was a horrendous 40 time. And people view him as the greatest receiver ever. I think the Schefter thing was this, Bob, that Florio claimed exactly what you were talking about, that Schefter was probably doing a favor for Rosenhaus, and that he claimed that maybe he just simply copy and pasted a text from Rosenhaus. And so I asked Schefter about it today. He said Florio loves writing about me, so he wasn't going to defend it at all.
Oh, look at that. I love it.
Yeah.
He loves writing about me. You know what he may have been referencing, Rothman, is another movie that I think is pretty good. It's a little bit where you scratch my back, I scratch yours. But the funny thing, Rothman, is my back actually is located somewhere else.
I enjoy that one. All right, so where are you on?
That's a super bad reference, Cole. I mean, make sure you watch that one, too.
Yeah, I want him to
putting it on the list right now.
I would put The Wolf of Wall Street on your list. I would. Although
Wolf of Wall Street's tremendous. It better be on the list.
All right, I got Wolf of Wall Street and Superbad, and I'm putting Bobby's name next to both of them.
Yeah, put it on the list.
I'll co-sign those. I'll co-sign those strongly.
All right, my man. Well,
before you go, real quick, your boy Stafford and the Rams just kind of blanking them picks again. They don't really care. They're making big moves today. What do you think of that?
I didn't even see that come out. I've been teaching classes, running around.
Yeah.
What did they do? What did they trade for?
They sent out one of their first round picks, the 29th pick for Trent McDuffie from Kansas City, and they sent some other picks over there as well. But Trent McDuffie now a Ram, and so now Kansas City has the 9th pick and the 29th pick. So the Rams they're going all in with Stafford.
Well, and that's the thing. People talked about them potentially with one of their first round picks taking Ty Simpson. I'm like, well, maybe, but probably not if you're doing that. Like, you got to do this still playing at a high level. You want to try to grab one more Super Bowl while you got the chance.
All right, McLovin. What are you trying to be, an Irish rap singer or whatever? What did he say? What was that line when he said McLovin? That's a stupid name. What are you trying to be, an Irish R&B singer? All right, we will talk to you soon, bud. We'll get you back to your day.
Hey, you guys have a good one, and let's catch up soon.
You got it. That's our boy, Bobby Carpenter, on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fangist Hotline. All right, a Hall of Famer says, hold up playa on a certain free agent. We'll tell you about that next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Common Man and Bob Capace here for Worthington Jewelers. Bobby, it's bridal sale time.
Our annual spring bridal sale is March 10th through the 21st. Buy one and get one 50% off on all bridal jewelry.
And don't miss the weekend trunk shows featuring the latest styles from the top designers. And Bobby, if custom is the choice, you're the man for that.
Absolutely. Let us make the ring of your dreams.
Check out our custom ring builder at worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
The savings are so good at Great Lakes. But have you seen our inventory? With over 1,000 new Hyundais to choose from, there's no need to settle at glakeshyundai.com. Find a new Palisade with the exact options you need, or a new Tucson in that color you have been seeing around town. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile coverage. At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings and selection are so good.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD
at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $160 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $160 more. See store for details.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
When we make time to read with kids, children get the message that reading is important and fun. When we read books that have characters of all races, backgrounds, genders, and abilities, students can discover their own voices and learn from the voices of others. I'm Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing. As we take part in Read Across America celebrations this week and all year round, please join the OEA in celebrating our nation of diverse readers so we can set up all Ohio students for success.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies with chances of scattered showers and thunderstorms reappearing as we go into the later part of the day. Temperatures will get into the upper 50s, and then for tonight, rain and storm chances linger overnight with our lows in the 50s. For Thursday, rain and storm chances early, and we could even see a few thunderstorms in the forecast. It'll be warm and breezy with highs in the mid to upper 60s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, boys, we have a Hall of Fame game announcement.
Football's almost back?
No.
Spring game, hey. Football starts next week.
That's true. But the Hall of Fame game in Canton, which is the first preseason game of the year.
All right, who's
everybody watching?
What 4 stringers are going to be out there cooking?
It's a really good question. You're right, because I always pitch this as, oh, I'd like to see this guy, like in a preseason game.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think this is going to move the needle for you.
Okay.
In fact, I'm pretty sure it won't. I don't even think it moves the hype needle.
What could?
Well, depends who's playing, right? Like, to Maddie's point, like if you had a preseason game where you knew somebody was going to be playing or somebody that was
the Seahawks and
rookie.
Patriots wouldn't interest me in this game.
Would there be a game that would interest you?
It would have to be a year to where there were 2 star quarterbacks coming out of college or something like that, and they met up, and the coaches said those guys are going to play a few series. Then I'd be like, okay.
That's it. Somebody would have to play,
watch,
right?
There's only one team that would interest me in this.
The Browns.
No. The cousin did get retained by LaFleur. So he's in Arizona. So it'd be a homecoming.
Okay, so Mike ran it back with the cuz, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I like that. Congrats to the fam on that.
Thank you.
I think that if Tampa was playing Cleveland, and Baker would have a series.
Baker would go out there and
Baker and
He'd say,
Shador.
I'm playing the whole game. That would actually move the needle. But your Hall of Fame game is the Carolina Panthers versus the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, TLC might have to be in the building for that. You and AR make a trip up there. AR get you on the sideline talking to Hall of Famers. You know? Hey.
I won't even have to ask my cousin for tickets. I'll say, "Oh, Rothman's got me. He's hanging underneath the scoreboard with Edgerrin James."
Maybe an interesting little night. Will Marvin Harrison Jr. be an Arizona Cardinal this year? That's the question.
Well, you know why this happens. It happens usually when a member of the class was a pretty great player for that franchise. So I think that this would make a lot more sense to people when I say that Luke Kuechly's going in for Carolina and Larry Fitzgerald's going in for Arizona. You always like to have, if you can, teams in there that have a member of the class.
Those two are on the graphic that they made for this game.
Yes.
So, like, they're selling those two.
That would make sense.
Okay. Cincinnati St. X's finest, Luke Kuechly. Absolute dog.
Went nose to nose in a 7-on-7.
Found out the hard way that I was not built for that level of football. Went down there and I said, okay, there are levels to this because that dude was built different. And
you didn't want to Rudy that thing? I can do it, coach.
No.
Although you haven't seen Rudy yet. It's on your list.
Oh, probably won't get to that.
No?
No. Seeing the highlights of that one, that looks kind of sleepy to me.
It's a great story.
The story I respect, but I just don't know if I'm going to waste 2 hours of my time to go back and watch.
Why?
That's all.
I don't know if it's a waste.
Respect it, but, Matty Ice ain't watching Rudy or Rocky.
I mean, it's in color, Matty. And it's a great theme. This is so inspiring. Yeah, this is a good theme.
They're playing Georgia Tech in slow motion right now. I can see it.
Wonderful. The only reason why you watch is because
to be off the team, to be thrown off the team, I'd have to be on the team.
An A and 3 Bs.
It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's in the top 15 sports movies all time.
Oh,
it might even be somebody's. Wow, did I give it? Is that a insult if I said top 15 sports movie all time?
I feel like 15's a lot.
It feels like a lot, but I watch a lot of movies.
You're going to have to do this one day for the summer show,
Yeah, we got to really lock in.
You need to rank stuff
Rothman's
for us.
10 greatest movies of all time.
Like, we need that. The streets need that.
Not just sports movies?
Not just the 10 greatest movies of all time.
So it's basically best player on the board.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what?
We need no position.
You and Bobby can have a draft one day.
Yeah.
Because you guys have crossed over a lot with the same movie. You guys have crossed streams a lot with the same movies.
Swords?
Something he would say. That too.
Yeah. It kind of just felt right in that moment. And now with all this streaming going on, the streaming thing going on.
Steady stream.
That's how people watch movies nowadays. They stream them.
True.
So you guys cross streams to watch the same movies. It actually made sense.
All right, Maddie.
Whatever you got to tell yourself.
How's my boy Malik Willis faring in the streets?
It's sounding like the streets are ready for Malik Willis to get a nice little payday. But as you teased, speaking of the Hall of Fame, we got one Hall of Famer, as you said, saying, hold up playing, because Kurt Warner said this, quote, my conclusion is that there are really 28 dropbacks. I took out screens, quick pick throws and all that stuff over the last 2 years that will determine his future, the Hall of Famer wrote on social media. He's saying that it's crazy to think we're talking about $25 to $30 million a year. Thank you,
maybe
Kurt Warner.
more.
Somebody's finally coming to their senses, and I am fully convinced of this, AR, that Malik Willis playing that primetime game against the Ravens is what's driving a lot of this. That standalone game to where he did play well. But if this was a 1 o'clock game on a Sunday and this wasn't a nationally televised game, I don't know if there would be this much hype around Malik Willis. So I am fully convinced that that's part of this, along with the free agent quarterback market being very blah, and that's why you're hearing that teams are interested in certain guys that have been backups for a while that I don't think are serviceable starters week in and week out. I'm with Kurt. I think $30 million plus for Malik Willis is absolutely bananas based off of his small sample size. If you want to throw out the deal that Justin Fields got last year from the Jets,
2-year $40,
I can rock with that. I can rock with that. But if you're talking 35 to 40 a year for a guy that's really done nothing and had, a hot honey bun and a hot cup of tea in the league.
He's thrown 155 passes.
That's just not it.
In 4 years.
That doesn't move me. That does not move me. And so I'm glad Kurt Warner said it because I've been kind of shocked that everybody's just been on, well, not everybody, but a lot of people has been on board with, oh, yeah, he's stamping for this much money a year. I don't get it.
Struggled early on. I think he was probably set on a path of that he's a bust, and now he's trying to climb out of that. And, I mean, the Titans were going to replace him with Will Levis.
They did.
So that should tell you.
Now he's out.
Yeah, he's gone, right. And then they traded Willis to the Packers for what, a 7th rounder?
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So I feel like he could benefit with some good coaching, and he is, in my eyes, shined in limited opportunities. I'm willing to admit they're limited the past couple of years. And we're probably only talking about, like you said, a half a dozen games, and that's half a dozen games shouldn't equal a $100 million contract. I'm with you on that. I feel like there is something there. Now, he's not
when
6'5",
you say something
240.
there, what does that mean? Like, do you think he is the next Sam Darnold?
I think he throws a really good deep ball. I think he settles into certain offenses and systems, West Coast style, that he could benefit from. And
you think he can do what Sam Darnold has done? Because I think that's what people are chasing right now. Maybe not a Super Bowl guy, but I think he's benefiting from that too. Is that not only it's the market, but the league's looking around and saying, well, I mean, Sam Darnold is kind of in a rocky situation, and if he can do it, we believe in ourselves to coach him up. Why not bring him in too? But, yeah, I mean, it's one game in his career where he's thrown 20 more passes, and I'm just like, I'm not seeing what everybody's
I think he's
saying.
dangerous. I think he's more dangerous than that. I think he can run. I think that helps. And I think he throws a really good deep ball. And I think he's worked his way back. He's not worth the money they're throwing out there, but he's leveraged it at a very good time, I believe. So
here's how much this show has poisoned
I'd
my
rather
brain.
have Kyler Murray than him.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
Here's how much this show has poisoned my brain. When Ice just said he's in a Rocky situation, I thought he meant Rocky the movie.
Well, you know me. I haven't seen any of the Rockies, so I wouldn't be making that reference.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's...
Well, neither is Tito.
Yeah.
Allegedly. I think he loves to play that card.
See, I'm being legit.
Has Your Highness seen it?
Yeah, that he hasn't seen anything. Like, I think that's part of it. I told him that, I told Tito that we're hoping to add Zach here at 2:30, hoping.
Yeah.
And I wrote on the list, hey, we're going to have Z on it. I'm adding Zach Wierenski to the list at 2:30. And he emailed back on the group thing and said, nice humble brag. And I wrote back, he got the assist, not the goal. It's no biggie.
Hey, you started his career. You needed a fantasy expert, and you found one.
That's right.
And now Tito's bringing on his own betting experts, I hear.
His name is Your Highness.
That's what he refers to him when he brings him on?
Yeah.
Well,
YA.
Shout out to Tito, man. Oh, my God.
I don't know.
CYA. All right.
Wait, so what's the deal? So I'm just calling him, and we'll see if he picks up?
Yeah. I think that's how we're going to play it.
That's simple.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have his intro music queued up whether he answers or not. So
all right, we'll try to grease the wheels a little bit, but we'll attempt to
send me a picture of the dog.
Because yes, and I will send you a picture of the dog because that's the most important part of it that we'll be putting out today. That's next. Rothman Ice on the Fan.
Remember what sunshine feels like? Windows open, birds chirping, everything looking fresh and new. Spring is closer than you think, and so are those home projects on your to-do list. Maybe winter left its mark, a small leak that's getting bigger, shingles that didn't survive the snowstorms, or siding that's clearly seen better days. Whatever your home is facing, our team of professionals at Newman Roofing are here to help. For more than 34 years, Newman Roofing has been helping homeowners protect what matters most. From your first phone call, you'll notice the difference. Passionate and committed people who care about doing the job right. And with over 1,000 five-star Google reviews, you don't have to take our word for it. If your roof, siding, or gutters need attention, call the family company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof this spring, get a Newman roof.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Jeff's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination, where Sammy, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge. And Sammy does that for free too. In no time at all, Jeff is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You'd think that dog conversation wouldn't necessarily blend with hockey talk. And you'd be wrong.
You idiots!
Like a fine wine and dark chocolate, it's going down smooth. Rothman and Ice present Hockey and Hounds.
Sponsored by Telhio Credit Union, helping hounds find a home and helping you finance yours. Get the best rate from Telhio's mortgage experts. Find out more at telhio.org.
Now joining the boys, the lead dog on the blue line, Zach Wierenski.
All right, here we go. Hockey and Hounds. Missed last couple here due to illness. We'll get an update on that, but you know Z set a franchise record for defensemen with points in 9 straight games. He also has points in 22 of his last 24, all these games since mid-December, and he's with us now, courtesy of Telhio Credit Union. And I promised I'd just say, so Zach, what's new?
Nothing really, to be honest with you. Pretty status quo.
Yeah, you know, having a pretty good last few weeks. First of all, congratulations. We haven't talked to you since, so we're as thrilled for you as anybody. I know we're 1,000 in line on that. So, hey, by the way, tell me, like, a text of congratulations you received from anyone famous that you didn't think had your number.
I don't know. I still have a bunch of texts I have to respond to. It's been pretty crazy with like the Insta messages and text messages and all that stuff. So I try to go through most of them, but I still probably have 150 to 200 messages I got to look through.
Do you have a best non-hockey person call or text that you received?
You know who was kind of random? Let me find it right now. The guitarist for the Red Clay Strays actually messaged me. The band. I'm a big fan of. I listen to a lot of their music. He reached out to me a few times throughout the Olympics and and messaged me after we won. That was kind of random. I like that, but no, I mean it's mostly been all friends and family.
The Red Clay Strays is a country music band from Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah.
And you've gone to their concerts, and that's how, or somebody?
No, I've never gone to their concerts. I listen to their music, but I've never gone to their concerts. And he just reached out and said congrats and invited me to their show here in Ohio, and I think it's in April. So
there you go.
Yeah, so I'll probably go to that. That was pretty cool, but no, I mean, I still have to go through a bunch of messages still, so I'm sure some will pop up.
What about while you were over there at the Olympics, coolest interaction that you had with a celebrity that was maybe a non-athlete? I saw you guys were around Snoop Dogg. Was it him or somebody else?
Yeah, probably Snoop Dogg. I mean, I really wasn't around too many other people besides athletes. He was in the Village for a few hours the one day, so probably hanging out with Snoop was probably my highlight of non-athletes I was around. I'm a big Snoop fan. I mean, it's pretty cool seeing him in person and just, hearing him talk. But, yeah, that's probably my favorite one.
Could you smell him coming from a mile away?
Yeah, pretty much.
By the way, have you seen his Hockey 101s, haven't you? Those videos?
I don't think I have.
Oh, okay. Please, at some point, all right, this is going to be a gong on our show. I'll even text it to you or whatever, but Hockey 101, when he talks about icing and penalties, they are the greatest. They're on YouTube. You can find them. they're pretty awesome. How much have you rewatched the gold medal game?
I haven't watched the game. I've seen the goal a lot. It's everywhere, but I haven't gone back and watched the game over.
The play itself you're as calm as anybody in that moment. But I think when Jack tried to get that puck around Makar, I mean, obviously the worst case scenario is that puck never gets by him and then it's probably lights out. But when it gets by him and now you're coming down the right side there, tell me your plan at that point, because McKinnon's coming. He's trying to get you off that puck. And I believe that your boy Dylan Larkin might be coming over there to try to help. What's going through your mind?
Well, at first I kind of thought McKinnon was going to get it, so I just tried to put some pressure on him because I know if he hits it the other way, it's a 2-on-0 for Canada. So I just wanted to put pressure on him so he couldn't make a play. I think me putting the pressure on him makes him hesitate a little bit, and it allows me to get a stick on it. And then from there, it's kind of just a toss-up of who's going to get it. And luckily for me, it bounces right back to me and end up making the play to Jack. So, I really didn't have too much of a plan. I honestly was just trying to get it so McKinnon couldn't make a play on it.
That's cool. See, I couldn't wait to ask you this. What is the plan now with the gold medal? Like, what are you going to do with that? Is that ever a situation where you're going to put that on every once in a while? Is it going to sit up in the man cave somewhere? What's going to be the plan now moving forward for that gold medal?
Yeah, it's a good question. I really don't know, to be honest. I think, I want to get the jersey framed. I don't know if I want to put the gold medal with it or not. A lot of people have asked to see it, and I don't really want to put it in a frame quite yet. I think people will want to, like I said, see it at some point or hold it. So I'll probably keep it out for a bit, but at a certain point, I'd like to put it away and just kind of keep it in there for a long time.
It's incredible. And the welcome you received coming back was so worthy and so deserving. I got to ask you at least about this week and your health and where you stand now. You guys play again on Thursday. They've done remarkably well without you, but we don't want it that way. So how you feeling now?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I feel like I kind of turned a corner today. I think in my career, I'm almost positive these are the first 2 games I've ever missed the illness. So I think that just tells you how bad I was, but I feel like I've kind of turned the corner today. I'm going to skate tomorrow morning and see how I feel, but it was a really rough couple days for me.
So I don't even know, were you even up watching the third period against the Rangers?
I was actually getting an IV at the rink in New York watching the game, and then last night I didn't make it up. I went to bed in the second period.
So you weren't going to rip the IV out during the third and say I'm available.
No, I actually, it was crazy third period, but it happens, I guess,
Okay. Z, real quick, I want to go back to some Olympic stuff because there's this amazing picture of you guys, I think at a club or a bar somewhere, and your hands to the sky, having a good time as you should. Take us inside that moment, partying with the boys, that celebration. And is it true that Pat McAfee did pick up the tab for you guys?
Yeah, Pat McAfee did pick up the tab, which was super generous of him. It was a pretty steep bill, so it was very nice of him to get that. But no, it was incredible. It was the best party ever. I mean, it was, we were celebrating something that hasn't been done in USA hockey history in, almost 50 years. It was more than just for USA hockey. It was for our country and getting it done finally. And I think the reception we got when we landed in Miami, all the fans, all the support, people lined up in the streets at our hotel. I mean, it was just incredible. And like I said, it was the best party ever, and I didn't want it to end, but it was just an incredible night.
Did you and Torch share any type of special moment after that?
I remember I gave him a big hug after the game. I mean, we obviously go back a long time, and to win a gold medal with him, he's done a lot for USA Hockey over the years, and I think it was his third Olympics maybe he's been a coach for, so to finally get a gold medal for him was pretty special. But I have the utmost respect for him and just a cool moment to share with him.
Our guy, Zach Wierenski, on with us here for Hockey and Hounds, brought to you by Telhire Credit Union. The Gaudreau kids stole everyone's heart. And for our listeners that probably don't know, that was a impromptu thing that you knew they were there. Then you and Lark decided that was going to happen. Explain to us maybe that motivation and when it came over you.
Yeah, we knew they were there. We saw them after the game when we were skating around, where they were sitting with the kids, and just thought it was a good idea to try and get the kids in the picture. So we had our PR guy call Meredith to have them come down to the first row so we could go grab the kids. And yeah, it was kind of just an impromptu thing, but all the guys on the team were on board for it and wanted it to happen. And that's the most special part about sports, is moments like that. And I think to me that was my favorite part of the whole thing was that moment. And you know, it was baby Johnny's second birthday that day, and just seeing Mr. and Mrs. Gaudreau, seeing Mayor, seeing the kids. I mean, just a super special moment that I'll always remember.
Yeah, he was there with you, no doubt about it. I want to know, have you taken a picture with the gold medal around around Bo's neck yet? Has he been able to wear it?
Yeah, he's worn it. Yeah, we have a few pictures with him with it.
Nice. I look forward to seeing those. Good news for you. You may or may not recall, we had Zeke. Zeke was a pit mix from Gigi's. He was adopted while you were away, which is great. And Lacey, the Sheltie from Almost Home, has an appointment to be adopted, hopefully. The dog that I'm going to pitch today is a 4-year-old German Shepherd who I just love. Probably had quite a little tough start. Rescued from a puppy mill. Went to our friends at Champaign County Animal Welfare League. Could tell that she was not doing very well in a shelter environment. So ProDogsOhio.org took her on and immediately enrolled her in their training program. And after months of rehab, and love from her handlers, the dog's name is Onyx, and Onyx has finally started to be a dog again, which is wonderful. Outgoing, playful, energetic, and which is typical of German Shepherds. She's very sweet, loves her people. And so what we're doing is looking for a kind of a quiet home where she can have maybe even a furry sibling to give her confidence and some extra TLC from her people. She's made an amazing recovery, and I think in a home environment, she's just going to continue to grow and be wonderful. So Onyx is our dog today, German Shepherd. Check her out at ProDogsOhio.org. Of course, I can set up a meet and greet as well. But if you have it in your heart to give Onyx a second chance at life, please adopt at ProDogsOhio.org. And Zach, it's a privilege, man. We couldn't wait for this. I hope you feel better and you give it a shot tomorrow. But I know you'll do everything you can. But best to your wife and everything that's going on with you in your life, because, man, have you earned this. So keep soaking it in.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And that's great news. Hopefully we have some more great news next time.
Yeah. Thanks, Z. Good luck, bud. Talk to you soon.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
That's our guy, Zach Wierenski, who says he's going to give it a shot in the morning skate tomorrow and see if he can't go against the Panthers and continue this little streak the Jackets are on. Hockey and Hounds, brought to you by our friends at Telhio Credit Union. The amazing people there experience member-driven banking only at Telhio, proudly serving Ohio for more than 90 years. We come back with Tell the Truth, Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Are you ready to transform your future and become a confident leader? Look no further than the Ohio State University Army ROTC program. For over a century, they've been developing future Buckeye leaders, shaping careers that change lives. Enroll now and seize the opportunity to apply for their life-changing scholarships. Whether you dream of serving your country or pursuing a successful career, the Ohio State University Army ROTC is here to support you every step of the way. Don't miss out. Visit arotc.osu.edu today to learn more and take the first step towards an extraordinary future.
Working your way through that home projects list, more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Call the Waterworks, trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
John's Garage Doors, John's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
I
started my first business at 12 years old, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I thought I was crushing it until my buddy down the street undercut me by $2. But he didn't just cut the price, he cut corners too. That's when I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and integrity beats profit. People care more about how you show up and whether you do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we crush it, and we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and the spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. Because when you care about the people you serve, you work harder, and it shows. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com. And yeah, we still beat the other guy.
Don's Garage Doors, Don's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
With all that can go wrong in your home, it's enough to make you say, oh, brother. With Brothers Roofing and Construction, one call covers it all. Roofing, siding, rotting decks, bad chimneys. We take care of it all. And we do it right the first time.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If your garage floor has stains, cracks, or even the dreaded bad epoxy job, maybe one you tried to do yourself, maybe one you paid for and it didn't work out, it can make your entire garage look bad. Let's be honest about it. And maybe those botched garage floor coatings that you've had in the past have put you off of ever getting it fixed. Well, my friends, let me tell you, the people at Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings want you to know there is a fix out there. They can make your garage floor gleaming, glistening, look like a new car showroom. You call Comer & Cross at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, and they will come out with their pros, no subcontractors, and install a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor in just one day. Yeah, this floor is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or even show tire lift like epoxy or paint can. Never going to have that problem with Comer & Cross. Call them today, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. It's that easy. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or you go to comercross.com. That's C-O-M-E-R cross.com. Get a new garage floor with Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings today.
Hey, friends, Beamer here, and I just want to let you know our son's about to turn 3 here this week. Baby boy number 2, he could show up any day now. And as you know, I got started on Awaken 180 because I wanted to keep up with the boys, with the babies. Well, it turns out that baby isn't a baby any longer. He has legs and he runs everywhere. Every parent knows this. Kids run their own schedule, so life in our house has gone from busy to really busy, and that's exactly why I'm grateful I started Awaken 180. Chasing a toddler is already a workout. Soon it's going to be 2 little guys who don't slow down. Since losing the weight, I've got more energy. I'm sleeping better. I'm not dragging through the day. I'm more present. And more importantly, I'm more patient. And that matters because this is not about looking different. It's about being active with my boys now and being there for them years from now. Awaken 180 gave me a clear plan, real coaching, and results that last. If you've got a busy season coming up or you're already in one, now's the time to do so. Awaken180weightloss.com. Get started today.
Morning Juice is now live on YouTube. Join Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Thidoff weekday mornings from 6 to 8.
Just search 971 The Fan to catch the live experience or watch on demand.
The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Federal Elite Heating and Cooling and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Tell the truth with Rothman Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, TLC, take us home.
Alrighty, I got to switch back to the tab so I know where I was. Ooh, yesterday was National Pancake Day. Are you down with a breakfast for dinner type of evening?
Oh, absolutely, all day. I thought you were going to ask my favorite type of pancake.
Oh, do you have one?
Chocolate chip.
There you go.
Chocolate chip pancakes followed up by blueberry, and then an original with the crispy edges. You got to have the crispy edges if you're going to do pancakes. Right. But breakfast for dinner, AR, loved it as a kid. That was always a win.
So breakfast for dinner is a win, but I wouldn't necessarily go pancakes.
Okay. What are you cooking up?
It's always eggs. It's always omelet. It feels to me. Like that's it. Okay. Omelet, hash browns.
Okay.
That's breakfast for dinner for me. I wouldn't think about
what's in this omelet.
Pancakes.
What are we putting in this omelet?
I mean, for me now, I'm kind of the boring veggie omelet guy.
Fajita mix in there? Peppers and onions?
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe some mushrooms in there?
No doubt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some feta cheese?
Yeah. That's
not a big feta cheese guy.
No?
No, it's okay.
Getting bougie with it.
But I do like breakfast for dinner. And when I'm pulling a Zach Wierenski where if I'm ill.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I really want that I could tolerate is like just make me a couple eggs, like scrambled eggs or fried eggs and toast. Like that
usually settles your stomach a little bit.
When I'm trying to climb out of it, that's what I want.
Got the bubbly guts.
Yeah.
Okay. On the toast, are we doing strawberry jelly, grape jelly, butter, cinnamon, sugar, and butter?
Marmalade.
How we? You're just
Lady Marmalade.
Dry.
I don't eat dry toast. Boy, I do like any kind of raspberry or boysenberry or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything like
I see the vision.
a little honey, maybe.
Yeah. TLC, what's your breakfast for dinner spread looking like?
Oh, it's got to be pancakes if we're doing that.
Okay.
I mean, I'll have eggs for dinner and just call it dinner, so that doesn't count. But if we're doing the eggs, they used to have at Bob Evans the cinnamon hotcakes, cinnamon swirl. Oh my gosh, dude,
that sounds dangerous.
I miss
in
those.
a good way.
I don't think they're on the menu anymore. If they are, somebody please let me know and I'll be there. Not today. I've had enough.
Oh,
but
all right, cool.
When that was on the menu, oh my gosh,
smooth as a cinnamon swirl.
Yep. All right.
Send it in, big fella.
There you go.
2 days ago was National Banana Cream Pie Day.
Oh.
Are we bad Americans for not observing the holiday when we were placing our pie order?
No, I mean, I don't think banana cream pie is the number one ranked. It would be apple pie if you're going that route, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are you saying exactly? That since it was
we didn't observe the holiday and we had an opportunity.
I didn't know. They haven't done a good job promoting it.
Yeah, blame them.
Whoever the pie people
Whoever
are.
they are.
Yeah. Oh, there's banana cream pie is incredible. I'd be more than happy to celebrate that holiday.
You said
I just need to know it's coming around.
The consensus number one would be apple pie, which I can get down with. After that, though, what do you think is the favorite for a lot of people?
Warrant.
Cherry pie?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go sweet potato pie.
He might
Sweet potato pies
put up pecan pie now. That's got to go up in your rankings.
That shot up the rankings, I'll tell you that.
No doubt.
But I would still, I cherry flavored anything for me does it.
Okay.
So I'll go Warrant cherry pie. I'll go. Some people don't like it. I love pumpkin pie. I do.
Yeah, there's nothing not. There's nothing not to really like.
It's fine.
I don't. That it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people make a scene about it. They're just weird.
Chicken pot pie.
We're not doing that again.
You need to get you one of those. You need to go ahead and scratch that itch. You go ahead and get you one of those.
Chocolate cream pie. Onions. Good stuff.
So, how about this? With the WBC coming up, you're allowed to represent a country based off of your. I think you can go as far as your grandparents with their heritage. And so you have a situation where Seth Lugo, who I believe is representing Team Puerto Rico, but was born in Shreveport, Louisiana, but because he has one grandparent who's Puerto Rican, he's eligible to represent Team Puerto Rico. But what that opens the door is a situation like Nolan Arenado. Nolan Arenado has been the third baseman for Team USA for a couple World Baseball Classics now. He has now switched, probably because he's no longer good enough to make Team USA. He's now representing
the loop.
He's now tapping into his Puerto Rican side.
We have Alex Bregman.
Yeah.
There's levels to
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Teal.
So now Nolan Arenado is basically channeling a different part of his family to now play for Team Puerto Rico. And so should you be allowed to represent multiple countries in international play in sports, or should you have to stamp this particular country is my home?
So it's his mom's heritage, so he's allowed to.
I have no idea.
And he's won gold with us, right?
Yes.
A couple times. So
assuming we won gold, sure.
Maybe that's why.
I'm good with it.
Do they need him?
No.
Team USA? No.
That's what I mean them.
Puerto Rico?
Yeah, they do.
That's what I'm saying.
They do, because a couple of their guys didn't get the insurance or whatever that looks like, and Bad Bunny offered to pay, and I don't know, the World Baseball Classic board told him no or whatever, but we don't need Nolan Arenado. We're about to go back to back. Gold in hockey and gold in baseball. So I'm so excited for the World Baseball Classic, because this roster that we've put together, we got the Avengers together. The Avengers are about to cook.
Skeens and Cal Raleigh will be your battery at some point, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Tarek Skubel's only pitching one game, though.
That's right.
He's going to pitch one pool play game, then go back to spring training.
Yeah, I'm mad at him. Then don't sign up for this then if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I just think that's a waste of time.
It's not an
Gunnar
exhibition.
Henderson coming off the bench. All right, that's how good we are.
It's filthy. Kiss. Shout out to Scotty Vegas. You miss anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you got to do is type in Rothman and Ice, everything we do from noon to 3. We'll be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the podcast as well. Common Man and Timmy coming up next. And folks, Pizza Madness is starting to pop off today. So don't miss that.
All right, we're back tomorrow at high noon. We appreciate you listening. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Y'all gonna let a gang?
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Timmy.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan.